Hello, excuse me. How are we doing tonight? It's a lovely clear sky. We've already got Raf and Zen and Ken in. God, you're eager tonight, guys. Hopefully you're still there. I was a couple of seconds late. But we are doing a Skywatch tonight. A UFO, a UAP, a Skywatch. Coming to you live from the heart of Crop Circle Country. Right in the heart of Crop Circle Country, just down the road from Stonehenge. So lots of interesting things in these skies tonight, though. So stones in the road there, save every single one. One day I'll build a castle. I like that there. So guys, if you're just joining us, we're doing a UFO, a UAP, a Skywatch. So the skies are lovely and clear tonight. There's a little bit of colour, but not too much, but lots of movement. There's already some movement across the middle of the screen there. See what we can spot tonight. So, yeah. Let's see what we can spot there. So, if you do see anything, let us know, and we can zoom in on the good stuff there. Hader and United as well there. And got the the track is actually working on that one. Should we zoom in on that one? Let's have a look just before it leaves the screen there.
Zoom mode activated.
There you go. Look, we can see that one coming in there. 14 kilometers a second. That low Earth orbit, it reckons. Almost got it quite right, that one. There we go. So we need to see them do something strange for us to know that they are something anomalous there, and not just satellites or space junk or things like that. Another faint one coming. Oh, three. Look, 1, 2, 3 there coming in across the screen. So zoom in on those ones. It's tracking that one. It's doing its best. It's still very much in develop, that one. United and Master Blaster, how are you guys doing? Thank you for the likes, guys. It is those likes and shares that helps us reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves there. Look, there's another one coming in tonight. So there are going to be lots of satellites, lots of bits of space junk, all that stuff up there as well. For the way for us to tell that apart from the potential UFOs UAP is by its behaviour, is by its movement there. Does it do something strange, something a satellite just can't do? They're falling to Earth in a big circle. So if we see it deviate from its trajectory, if we see it stop dead or shoot off at speed, anything like that, then we can... oh my god, my brain tonight there. Then we'll know that it is not a satellite. Another bright one coming in just behind me here. Keep an eye out for you on the tubes. It's up there. Nice. Keep your eyes on them there. It only takes that last minute course correction, change of direction there for us to be able to say that it is something strange. There. How you doing there, Scottish Plains? Oh, you've changed your name then. How are you doing tonight? Good to see you in. Look how alive the skies are. Look, that one is being tracked there. We can see the green. But there's a nice big one here. Why is it not tracking that one?
Zoom mode
Let's have a
activated.
look. Just going to come up. There it is. It's got sort of a green tinge to it as well. It's travelling so fast. It's appearing as a line. The skies are busy. I'm glad to hear it there, Scottish. And Grim is in. How are you doing tonight? Another one over there. Oh, another one in the corner of the screen here. The skies are alive. But remember, we do need to see it do something strange. Something a satellite it just cannot do there. And that is how we will tell the potential UFOs apart from all of those satellites up there. Is another stream mill. What's that one, Ken? Is an... well, I'm not sure on that one, Ken. Not sure. But there we go. Look, the tracker is starting to work a little bit better there. Today's work has paid off, so we are trying to track the objects that come across the screen, because as the seasons change, we get more into the summer. We're going to be online doing these Skywatches closer to the time that the sun kind of goes around the corner, and therefore there is a lot more of that sun's light to reflect off of those objects in our atmosphere, in low Earth orbit and things like that. And that is how we're going to see them, whether it is ET flying around up there or whether it is... oh my god, my brain today. Whether it's ET up there, whether it's space junk, it's all going to reflect a light back exactly the same. There's another two going on the corner there. Keep your eyes peeled. So for us to tell, we need to see it do something strange there, something a satellite just can't do. OGV, how are you doing? Oh, Raf, I don't know, ignore me, I can't... I've not got the words tonight. They're obviously tired there. Susie's in as well. And Grim, thank you for the cake. We're going to feed that to Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks guys.
There we go. But yeah, the tracking is doing something tonight now. So the idea is that it is going to highlight the movement across the screen. It's going to follow it, and if it appears to act like a satellite, it's going to draw a line in front of it there, which will be the satellite's trajectory, because they move in straight lines, and then it will follow it along the predicted path. If it maintains the predicted path, then it is probably just a satellite and it will stay green. If it deviates from that, it's meant to go red, highlighting us to highlighting us to it me being something more and requiring more attention, because these skies get so busy. We will need a bit of assistance as we get closer to summer there. Rio is in there, and I'm glad to hear it, V. We're all good. We're all good. Busy. I've realised I've jumped on stream and my brain's tired, so it's going to be one of them tonight. I'm not going to have the words. The M to the C, how are you doing? Loving the stickers there. But yeah, lovely and clear tonight, but also very, very busy. So we've already had so much movement, but I don't think we've had anything anomalous yet. Keep your eyes peeled. Oh, it's having a sulk. Yeah, keep your eyes peeled. No, because it only takes that last minute course change of direction. Why is it coming? Oh, give me a second, guys. Give me a second. No idea why that's having a bit of a sulk there. Let me just... Oh, no, what the f***'s going on there? Two. There we go. We got that one back. Right, what's this one? There we go. We've got the live feedback. Okay, maybe it's just the tracking having a sulk. It's one of those days. I'm tired. It's tired. We're going to get there. Rio, thank you for the likes, guys. It is those likes and shares that helps us reach more and more like-minded people. I like yourselves there. And V coming in with the gifts. Thank you. There. Oh, you can sod off. I'll have to... hold on, let me switch over. 2 seconds. Let's just go straight over to that one. Then we don't have to worry about that. There we go. Right, we've got some movement coming in. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moving across the screen at the second. 6. God, they're getting very, very busy tonight. There. We're all right, Vrio. We're all right there. V coming in with the shares as well there. Oh, Tube should be on. Raf's in. We've got a few over on the tubes. He's always late there. Only slightly there. Only slightly. It's very, very busy skies tonight. Look, hold on. Oh, my God. How many is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. God, there's so much movement tonight. And this is a nice green one. Let's zoom in on this one here as it comes in shot.
Zoom mode activated.
There we go. Look at that one. Nice green coloration to it as well. Very interesting. So we need to keep our eyes on these. We need to make sure there's enough one coming from the back there as well. We need to keep our eyes on there, because if it does anything strange, if it stops dead, shoots off at speed, anything like that will tell us that it is not one of the many, many satellites up there, but it is in fact something a little bit stranger. It's a really nice, a bright one there tonight. This is green as well. Zoom in on that one. Getting that nice green coloration to it. That can be effect of the atmosphere. And it is bigger there. It's drawing a line, so I'm assuming that that is going to be quite close to us there, quite low. But we've got another faint one out there. Look at the difference in these ones, this one versus that one. They can be quite different. There are some colours to the stars back out there as well. As the night gets a little bit darker as well. Oh, that is green. That is green. Look at that. There we go. Oh, fuck. Sorry, guys. There it is. 2 green ones are going to converge. It's like Star Wars. There we go. Look at the difference in that. Green can be a signature of a warp drive, potentially. Some very intelligent mathematicians figured this out, based it on the Alcubierre warp drive there. What would that visually look like to us? And due to the gravitational lensing, what was that? There was something like a star just went out over here. Just faded out at the corner of my eye. But yeah, due to the gravitational lensing and the red and blue shift of the light there, they can appear to be a green to us if a warp drive is being in use. So, is it that? Is it the atmosphere? What is going on? Keep your eyes peeled, because that is, hold on, first anomaly.
Anomalous object.
Confirmed. There we go. We're calling that one. Harko, how are you doing? Thank you for the heart there. Where are we? Let's have a look. You know what it might have done? It might have loaded up the wrong one. It has a habit for some reason, YouTube, of your schedule one, and then it'll just start you a new one. So it might be that. We'll have to have a look on that one there. And Paul, are those Starlink? Some of them are bound to be. In fact, the green ones, if they are closer to us there, which is why they look a little bit faster and a little bit bigger, they're possibly interacting with our atmosphere, hence the colour green. then they could well be Starlink, because they are actually quite low. But there are, I think, about 16,000 satellites out there, and 10,000 of those are around that is Starlink. So a majority of them are. But it isn't just Starlink. There's lots of spy satellites, other internet constellations, and all those sorts of things there. And V is kicking off 100% there. Oh, was it? You know what? It might have been YouTube doing that. Thanks for the heads up on that one, though, A-Up. So I'm not sure what's going on there. I'll have a look in a second there. We have a signal. We have something tonight there. Ian as well. Will we be able to see Artemis there? So sadly, not tonight. The moon isn't up in the right direction, but it's going to be a bit far away for us to be able to get the eyes on it. These things are much, much closer. So if you imagine these distances to the moon versus a lot of these satellites here, if you had an Earth, an inflatable, it's a good question, but if you had an inflatable Earth about this sort of big, these satellites are at about a finger's thickness off of the surface. That is, actually, that's probably a bit much there. That's probably what the ISS is, about a finger's width off of the edge of that sort of sphere there, whereas the moon is bigger than this room distance away, so it's quite far, and therefore it's a relatively small object that wouldn't be able to reflect that light back to us there. We are hoping to be able to catch it in a radio. It's working now. Thank you for the heads up though, A-Up. I need to investigate, see if it's had done that problem again there. Is it that busy? I don't know where to look. Susie, I know it's correct. Look how green that one is. Oh, it's fading out now. Well, that's weird. Look, it's fading in and out. Look, it's there. Yeah, it was very green to the edge of there we go, look. Look at that. Now it's gone green again. It's going to fade out. We need to time it to see if it's repeating. Oh, a little spark flash there. That is odd. It's still about here. Satellites can appear to flash due to their rotation and stuff. Oh, look, now it's flaring white. Oh, we've got an interesting one. Where's it gone now? It went behind my cursor and buggered off screen. Well, no, I'm calling that one
Anomalous object.
very, very interesting. It's only going to get busier as the weather draws in there as well. If you're new here, we're doing a UAP, a Skywatch tonight. We're coming to you live from Wiltshire, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle country, and just down the road from Stonehenge. So lots of weird things in these skies. So keep your eyes peeled, and we'll zoom in on the good stuff. Do say hello. A few messages behind all the chat there, but I will try and get around to you. Ask any questions, and no silly questions here, so do ask away there. And X, thank you, and Harco for the gifts there. All goes back into stream. And Mr. Biscuits. That is, I love that name, because that is what we call one of our parrots. He's cockatoo, actually, cockatiel. So he's not technically a parrot, but he's one of the birds. The others are parrots. We call him Mr. Biscuits. So it's good to have you in. There any aliens yet? Well, definitely a lot of anomalies there. Can we say they're alien? That is the next step. It's hard to say, but definitely a lot of anomalies. Keep your eyes peeled. Lots of action in these skies. Nice big bright one for you TikTokers coming in from behind me now. Probably going to come out around here. Keep your eyes peeled for that one. Loving the stickers there, V. And Attitude, how are you doing? Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that, guys. If you're not following already, we do something like this every night. So if it's clear sky, we're doing this, the UFO Skywatch. If it is cloudy, we do an alien or a radio signal hunt there. I'll be searching what's called the hydrogen line. That is a channel on the radio dial where scientists theorize. If ET is out there, that's where they'd put the message. And if the moon's up and not going to be bothered, we'll point it at the moon there. See all the craters, the details, all those weird things there. The sky is active. It's crazy, and it's so good to see, isn't it, X? Rachel is in. How are you doing there? And I have a feeling that the aliens won't show up next year. They will show up when, I'm assuming when they're ready, and I could definitely see that there. When they need to, exactly. No, who was it said it about something else, wasn't it? There, our human timeline and understanding is probably so far. Look how busy the skies are tonight there. Attitude, seen these in the 90s, way before Starlink. So this is an interesting point. We have a lot of you guys coming in sharing your first-hand accounts with the phenomena. In this day and age, it's quite hard, along with things like AI video, but drones, the activity of Starlink and things like this, it's easy to write off a lot of the activity. And hey, look, a lot of these aren't going to be satellites. We just see so many, but not all of them. And sometimes there is something strange that goes on up there. Now, a lot of these will be satellites. They're going to follow straight, predictable orbits there at consistent speeds. They're falling to Earth. They're in a big circle. So what we need to do to tell them apart from the potential UFOs there. Then we need to see them do something strange, something a satellite just can't do there, like stop dead, shoot off at speed, change its course, its trajectory, something like that. So keep your eyes peeled for it there. And keep flashing in a B1 there. Okay, I'm going to keep my eyes on that one because I think that's where I saw a flash earlier. Anomalous stationary flashing can be very, very interesting. There's a good spotting there. I posted a video on the Discord of someone on a plane who saw an Artemis taking off coming through the... That has got to be epic to see that if you're close by to that. There. Have you seen Project Hail Mary? I haven't yet. I really haven't. It's caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting it to come out so quick. I don't even know where my local cinema is these days, but I really, really do want to. There. And it looks phenomenal. The writer is great. I've liked his previous stuff. So yeah, I'm very keen to see it there. But it also talks about a lot of the stars that we talk about in this, where we point our camera to, but also we point our dish to, and we have a listen for those potential alien radio signals. Blue Nose is in the house. How are you doing, Captain Blue Nose? There, V as well. Thank you for the gifts there. Harco and A up as well. Appreciate that. All goes back into the stream. Fighting TikTok. Stop it. Hate this bloody chat. Let's have a look. Where is it there? Banana, OG Banana, how are you doing? What is that? That is a good question. What is it? Well, until it does something strange, we can't say for sure. So let's keep our eyes peeled for that anomalous movement there. X as well. Honestly, some of these are... What we see is crazy. It's always active, isn't it? When the old sun is in the right position there. Looks really great. Honestly, the green can be an anomaly there. And V, thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks guys.
Surely that's your UFO stamp. Banana, have you not got that one yet? I will stamp you for the UFO for that one. Definitely there. Loving the stickers there. Blue Nose, not a satellite. Exactly. Oh, cowboy. Hey, I love the cowboy hat. Blue Nose, did I show you the other day? I found my other collection of hats. We can do a whole range of these things there. And Danny, if people look up, they will see some too. 100%. We do not spend a lot of time looking up, do we, as a species? I know I didn't. Until I moved to the country, I hadn't really seen much. But moving here, the skies are alive. They're absolutely alive. Banana, that is your UFO stamp. You are one away. All you need is your Discord stamp there, Banana. Boom. And good timing, because the old... stamp is running out for that one. There. Well, let's have a scroll. Fucking Discord. Not Discord. TikTok here. Oh, C21. We haven't got that far. But as I say, C2 and C1. Again, I'm too far behind on that one there. Why is that section of the sky? So, good question there. C2 and C1. Is it still... I must have missed that one. A bit of a delay there. So, I'm not sure why. Good catching it there. Not sure why, but this does seem to be quite an active part of the sky. Now, the whole sky is pretty much alive there at all times of year, but we only see the activity during the summer there, as long as we're getting our camera out just as the sun has gone round. So it's dark for us here on Earth, but it's still not fully round to reflect that light back to all of those satellites up there. Not just satellites, but anything up there is going to reflect that light back to us. And was it Claric there as well? How are you tracking the sky using a telescope? So no, this is actually just a Sony camera, their normal digital video camera sort of thing. It's just got a very, very good lens on it there. In fact, what we want is the widest field of view possible, because a telescope is going to be quite zoomed in there, and we don't know where the action is going to be. Oh, hello! Look at this flasher. We don't know where the action is going to be, so we want to have a wide field of view there.
Zoom mode activated.
Is it going to go now? There you go, look. So, satellites can appear to flash like this, and what is happening is whatever that object is most likely it is rotating, because satellites don't emit light themselves. What they do is they reflect that light back to us there, that sun's light. So, as it's rotating there, maybe it's catching a solar panel, and that's why it's kind of rhythmic there, because it's a constant rotation. There, but it might not be a satellite there. So if it is rotating, it's doing something strange. It's not doing its job as a satellite. There's Sana as well. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that, guys. The follows there are good because we do something like this every night. So hopefully you'll get a notification when we go live. Gone to C0 now. It's moved off the screen. I was too far behind for that one, but keep it up there. And Shannon as well there. Thank you for the follow, guys. Appreciate that. Again, we do something like this every night. So keep your eyes peeled. Hopefully you'll get those notifications if you're following us there. And you can join us on our quest for more evidence there. I don't know where to look first. I know it's so busy, isn't it? It's amazing that... Thank you for humbling me with the potato. there. Yes, or if anything else happens, that is when they would come down. That does make sense. And Mimsy, thank you for the heart. How are you doing? There as well. And what's moving now up? So I'm a bit behind there, but look at the flashing one. One's just gone past it. It's still there. Now it is following a straight path, so it could well be a satellite, but I imagine it's going to be quite far out because of the speed that it's going. So most of these basically travel roughly at the same speed, but if they're further out, that's a bigger circle for them, so they're going to appear slower. It's a bit of a hard filter that we have there. We're looking for that anomalous movement there, something that a satellite just can't do. Now that will mean that if ET is up there flying around from A to B in a straight line, as you would expect, then he's going to look very much like a satellite to us. What we are asking is for ET to realise he's left the gas on, do a handbrake turn right over our screen there, something like that. And what are the chances? So yeah, but it's the only way we can know for sure, because the skies are so busy there. The sea has loads in there. It really does. Busy tonight there. And Danny's in as well. Blue Nose, thank you for the star map. That's very kind. Appreciate that. All goes back into the stream there, and very on brand for the stream there. Danny, 2 stars at the bottom right of B1 there. Every now and then one flash. So B1, okay, that is that this area here, the bottom right of B1 for you guys on the TikTok? I thought I saw some flash in there a minute ago, so keep your eyes over there, guys, because if anything, everything should be moving up there, including the stars that we're seeing now. They're just so far away, it takes a while, but everything is in motion, everything is in orbit, it's moving around up there. There are very few exceptions to it, so if there is something that is flashing to us every now and again from the same spot, that is very anomalous there. So it's a good question there. And Jimmy Bob there, I believe I saw something strange as I was just walking my dog. Oh, tell us more, Jimmy. I'd love to hear about that one. Harko, zoom in on into the moon and try to catch the Artemis 2. Well, we'll have to test the big lens there. And one up the line. I mean, it is so busy tonight. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 I can see on screen. 7 I can see on screen at the minute. It's crazy. If only our tracking was working a little bit better there tonight. There is absolutely loads there. Gary, and where's the Black Knight? Though, good question. So the Black Knight is more of a concept rather than a specific. So if you guys that don't know, the Black Knight satellite is a theorized alien or maybe earlier civilization satellite that was in Earth's orbit and kind of monitoring us. It's theorized. And apparently old Nikola Tesla, turn of the century, was getting messages that could well be to something like that. But there are lots of things in our orbit. We don't know what they are, where they've come from. So there could be multiple there. It would make sense. And there are some anomalies in the world of radio that could point to exactly that being going on. Anomalous signals that appear to be coming from these sorts of parts of our atmosphere or our low Earth orbit there. A1V, good spot in there. Mr. Biscuits, thank you for the follow. And Banks as well. Guys, do give us a follow if you're not already. So we do something like this every night. And that way you'll get a notification, hopefully, when we go live. But do say hello. Let us know where you're watching from tonight. I am 40-odd messages behind, but I will try and read them all to catch up with you there. Hail Mary, there is such a beautiful film there. Really beautiful. I expect nothing less. It's going to be a difficult watch looking by the trailer because of all of the movement. It's going to set my balance off, but it looks absolutely epic. So it's definitely worth it for that. Harko coming in with the stickers there. And Jimmy, I believe I saw something. Oh yes, so let us know a bit later on that when I get round to it. And you are 2 behind. I am well behind. I've not been like this since last summer, is it? There. Is it just me or the stars in B1, B2 brighter for a second? There is something going on, definitely in the B1 sort of area. Oh, actually, was I in the wrong part? Because I'm in B2 there, aren't I? When I said so, they said the bottom right. That was a V1, would have been around here, this sort of area. Where are we there? Naomi, how are you doing there? And what's the thing moving? Good question. We cannot say 100%, but what we can say is there are a hell of a lot of satellites up there, and we are going to be seeing a lot of them tonight. But the way we are going to tell a satellite from a potential UFO is by its behaviour there. Is it moving in a way that a satellite just can't? Satellites have to, they're falling to Earth in a big circle there, they have to follow certain rules. So as soon as we see something change its course, its trajectory, to shoot off at speed, slow down, stop dead, anything like that, and then we have something anomalous on our hands there. You saw the blinking ones as well. So again, I've just said all those movements that can be anomalous there, but so can stationary flashing can be very, very anomalous. The only things that are relative to us, a fixed position, are the geostationary satellites, but they are more around the equator, not the part of the sky that we're looking at now. So it takes a lot of energy to appear to stay still to us here. So keep your eyes there, loving stickers V, and Clarice as well there as William. Thank you for the follows, guys. Good to have you in. C2 Harko, I'm a bit behind, but yeah, it's still blinking there. I find it so heartwarming that someone is watching over us. That would be very, very nice. there as well, maybe stopping us from doing some silly things, as it looks like we are very capable of doing there. There are so many. I am a little bit caught off guard tonight there. I need to get that tracker there. Artemis, it can't be this part of the sky though, can it, Harco? And OG CPT, as well as Leader as well. Good to have you in. Where are you joining us from tonight there? Still in C1. I'm a bit behind now, but this area, the flashing, is it? Keep your eyes peeled there. Oh, did you spot a shooting star? I'd love to see that one. Good spotting Harco and Rio there as well. Back down to B1. Looking for that anomalous flashing, but there's so many things there. Motorhead is in as well there. Blue Nose as well there. Thank you for the heart. Leader as well. Thank you for the heart there. Appreciate that, guys. It all goes back into the stream now. I'm a bit behind on the chat, so it'll take me a second, but I'll zoom in. I'm keeping an eye out, and I'll zoom in on the good stuff there. It's an alien satellite. That also, the Black Knight, yeah, potentially an alien satellite. We think that, I mean, it's very logical, isn't it? That it's very plausible. If there is alien life out there, Earth has been screaming that it has had life for over 2 billion years. Any civilization with the technology that we currently have today, if they've had that technology at any time in the last 2 billion years, they would have been able to see that Earth is very, very inhabited by life. And they would most likely, if they were capable, put a probe to monitor us there. Now, we have a theorized probe called a Bracewell probe. And the idea is we'd put it in orbit around another planet there that we think might develop life or might develop intelligent life. And it would wake up when it hears radio transmissions there, because that is when a civilization is starting to get complex and technical. And then what would it do? How would it say hello? Well, it would just repeat the radio transmission back to them there. So we wouldn't be able to understand necessarily another language. But if we just repeat that message back, that is a clear sign of intelligence that somebody else is there. And we apparently are hearing it. There's some phenomena called long delay echoes in the radio world, which could very well be that. And there's a lot of stuff up there that we don't know what it is or where it has come from. And my gut is telling me that is why they developed the space shuttle in the first place there, to have a little bit of an investigation of that. And Deborah, thank you for the rose as well. Appreciate that. All goes back into the stream there. And Nate, what kind of camera? So it's a Sony A7, but the trick is the lens. You got to get a lens that lets in a lot of light there. There, and it's definitely a star cluster right and next to you there. So there is a star cluster right at the top of the screen, and it's a nice, we might zoom in on that one in a bit, because we haven't done a little bit of zooming in like that in a while. Where's my cursor gone? There, Mr. Bean as well, thank you for the follow and for the shares, guys. Those shares, the likes, tapping away does help us reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves, and the more eyes and minds we can get on the phenomena, the more we can all piece this puzzle together. You never know who's going to come in and what experiences they're going to share, or what knowledge. We've had people come in who work with satellites and have been able to help us actually filter out. There was something that I used to think, it's probably just a normal satellite, but they came and said, no, not at those distances. In fact, that is very anomalous. So it's always awesome to meet new people with their particular skills as well. Motorhead, for the record, I don't believe for a second that the astronauts are aboard the Artemis. It's been interesting actually how many people are skeptical of that. Now, it's not, I still think we went to the moon and stuff like that, but it's surprising, how many people do question that. And you know what? I get it. I get the questions. I think there are some interesting questions that do need to be answered there. Harko there, 15,000 likes. Thank you for those, guys. Appreciate that. Said it does help us reach more people there. Keep your eyes spotting there. It'll take me a second to catch up there. And how much distance does the cam cover? So the good way at this sort of lens is, you remember, like the old director is lining up their shot. So it's basically, if you stand outside, do that, your fingers like that, point up to the night sky, boof, that is about the surface area. And just think of how much activity we are seeing in that part of the sky. And think of how big the sky is. There is so much activity over there. And this isn't even the busiest period as well. As those summer months are going to draw in, we're going to get online as soon as it starts to get dark there. And when that happens, that means that the sun is round, but not fully round. So those objects in low Earth orbit there, slightly within our atmosphere, can still reflect that sun's light back. And that is what we're seeing, the sun's light reflected of all of those things up there. And their skies are alive. If you've been with us over the winter, the skies have been much quieter. It's all still up there, but we just can't see it there. Although, what does make it interesting is every now and again, in the dead of night, when there should be no sun's light to reflect back to us, we will still see the odd one or two. And you think to yourself, where's it getting that light from? maybe it's emitting it itself, and at which case that is very, very unidentified, very, very UFO there. Alf as well there, thank you for the heart, appreciate that. And Jamie as well, Earth's 6,000 years old. Look, I don't lean that way, but I do think that it's interesting how our beliefs work, isn't it, there? So my belief that it isn't there means that I trust certain sciences, I trust certain professions, and all of that evidence there, and all of that sort of stuff. But I haven't done the work myself. I haven't done the research there. I'm relying on other people. That's my trust in an institution. And you have to do that to function in the world to a certain degree. But if you get it wrong, as can happen, it can have its consequences there. So I'm always open. I'm always open to other ideas. It's not the way I lean at the minute there, but I don't mind hearing, I think, a mixed of opinions there. I like to think of this as a bit of a knowledge buffet. So we all bring a dish, and you can take from it what you want there. We're not going to make the vegans eat the sausage rolls, but I think, yeah, the more opportunities to be exposed to other ideas, you never know if it's going to be that missing puzzle piece for you there. David as well, thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight there? And Nasha there, evening. Have you seen the S4 documentary? I don't have Prime. So Nasha, we watched it last night because I only realised it came out last night. So we did an emergency movie club. It is a paid for one, even to rent, sadly, even with Prime. That was a bit of a kicker, but it was very, very good. It was very good. Now, I've been I'm pretty on board with Bob Lazar, so I was very excited to see this, right? But guys, I said this beforehand, I have questions. There were some structural issues with how they had displayed S4 where Bob Lazar worked there, and I can't get them out of my head. So I have questions there. And hi from the Highlands of Scotland there, and happy Easter to you too, Deborah. That's lovely to hear. How are the Highlands today? Your skies are very alive. We've got a few north up your way there, and the skies seem to be very, very busy. Where is Agent X? That is a good question there. Leanne's well coming in with the roses, thank you there. And Harley, did you sort out the fire alarm? Thank you. I did, actually, with your help. But it did involve me replacing a 9-volt battery, which I resent because these things are hardwired in. What's the point? But we did solve it in the end there. And Mohead, just wait, there's going to be an incident that will reveal the truth. So there are lots of talks, isn't there, of things coming up, 2026, 2027 there. Is it going to be things revealed there? Are we going to see a big craft in the sky there? Is it going to be knowledge released? Like even talking about the Sphinx and the Hall of Knowledge coming up this Easter, where we are right now. So we're right in the middle of it there. And Wendy is there, and believe me or not, I've seen one around 30 years ago, and it went up to space as quick as a blink of an eye. Well, Wendy, that is a phenomenal sighting there, and I do believe you 100% there, especially 30 years ago as well. There's not much, even nowadays, that going from naught to straight up is very difficult to do. Very different. There's not, I think, any technology that I can think of that can really do that, let alone 30 years ago as well. Where in the world was that sighting? And was that light? Was it a white light? Was it a coloured light? I'd love to hear more on that one and where that sighting was as well there. It is very interesting. You're right there as well. And so when's it peak, Nate? So good question. No idea on that one, for that one. And seriously, we've all seen the astronauts take off. I mean, yeah, this is the thing. But you never know. And how are you doing at this? Is this a camera on your roof? So it's out in the garden, but yeah, so it's a camera. It's pointing up to the night sky. I've got a little motor here. I can point it around. Hold on, look, we can, if it wants to work. It should move. Oh no, it's having a sulk. Oh, it always does this. Okay, I can't move it now. It's broken. But yeah, it's outside. Long HDMI lead coming into the house there. Keep up the tapping there, Harko, as well. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that, guys. It is the tapping, the likes and shares. It does help us reach more and more like-minded people there, like yourself there. Oh, Leanne sent a portal. Thank you, Leanne. And LLD there, thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight there? And I can't walk in Fukushima, but can fly through the Van Allen belts for an hour there. So this is, Drift, this is one of those interesting questions. So the Van Allen radiation belt is a belt of radiation, and I'm going to get this slightly wrong, but it's something to do with the Earth's magnetic field, basically prevents all that nasty stuff coming down, shields us here on Earth, but all of those radioactive particles kind of just sit around the edge of our magnetic field there because they can't go any further. They collect, and it becomes like a really hotbed of radiation. This is one of the things that they go, well, if it's so dangerous there to pass through that belt of radiation, then how do the astronauts do it and survive? It's an interesting question. I don't have the answer for that. I do lean that we did go to the moon initially there, because there's a few things. I mean, there's lots of images from various countries' orbiters there of the landing sites, which, hey, you know, maybe they're backhanding the Japanese a few quid to here put a fake image in there, maybe. You know, it's not conclusive, but it definitely points that way, that, you know, those landing sites have been seen. But recently as well, the actual topography of those areas around it, you know, the hills, the peaks, the mountains that were in shot of in the background of all of the lunar imagery there from the Apollo days. All of that matches up to what we now know to be on the moon's surface from those recent images there. So they wouldn't have been able to fake that, but I am taking somebody else's word for it. But it is interesting, isn't it, there? And what do you think of the S4 Raza? Very, very interesting there. So, and Harley there coming in with the hearts, appreciate that. Al goes back into the stream there, helping us improve what we do. Do say hello, guys. It might take me a minute to get to you there, but do say hello in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. If you've had an experience, we'd love to hear about that as well. But if you've seen anything news, ask away, or about what we're doing. No silly questions, it's fine here. And if you're curious, somebody else is in the chat as well there. But yeah, S4, the Bob Lazar documentary that's recently been released. We saw it last night. I thought it was very, very interesting. And the majority of it, I thought, you know, it really built his credibility. But I have some questions about the S4 facility there, and Leanne has been winding me up all day about that one, but I do have some questions there. There are some issues with how they depicted S4 from a structural point of view there. And Leanne coming in with the shares, appreciate that, guys. It's the likes and the shares there. And Alf sent a hidden egg from Alan.
Nom nom nom.
Thank you for feeding
guys.
Alan there, how they've depicted that there. But Chloe as well, thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? Is this real? Yeah, this is live camera from my garden. So we're coming to you live from Wiltshire in the UK, which is right in the heart of crop circle country and just down the road from Stonehenge here, not too far to Glastonbury in the other direction. Ancient and mystical landscape here. These skies have a long history of the weird and wonderful. So it's a live feed, 10 meters in front of me, cable coming in into the room here now. So we normally can change the move of the bloody camera, but it's not. My remote doesn't seem to be having it tonight. Oh, it's always some technical issue. But yeah, it's all live, so the skies are alive. The majority of what we are going to be seeing tonight, all that movement, is going to be satellites, space junk, things like that. There's a hell of a lot of it up there, but it isn't all that. And what we have to do is we have to pay attention. We have to follow it with our eyes across the screen, and we're looking for anomalous behaviour. Satellites, space junk, all that sort of stuff is falling to Earth in a big circle there, and they have to follow certain rules. You know, they're all roughly going at the same speed. And it's a consistent speed as well. Same with their trajectory. Their course is pretty much fixed. They can make slight adjustments, satellites can, but they're so subtle we wouldn't notice them from down here on Earth there. So if we see something stop dead, change direction, turn off at speed there, anything like that, we know we have an anomaly there. Also stationary flashing, some weird flashing as well can be anomalous there. So we have to keep our eyes on it, and we're looking for that anomalous behaviour there. As is as well. Thank you for the follow. And Goldie2 there. And Dennis, thank you coming in with the shares. All of the shares and the likes that do help us reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves there. And do give us a follow, because we do this every night. If it's a clear sky, we're doing this, the UFO Skywatch. If the moon is up, we look at the moon. We talk about all the craters, the weirdness that have been seen on and off and around the moon, how beautiful it is there. But also, if it's a cloudy, as often happens here in the UK, we do an alien radio signal hunt. We've also got a big dish pointing up to the night sky, and we're listening out for anomalous radio signals from deep space that could potentially be from an alien civilization. We listen on the frequency called the hydrogen line. That is where scientists theorize we are most likely to hear a message from ET, should they be out there. But it has also been where signals like the WOW signal was heard and all of that sort of stuff. So do keep your eyes on those and make sure you're following for that as well there. And Rio, Alan, show yourself. Alan's here. Harley, thank you for the gifts. Our stream mascot Alan, our glorious dictator there. And do you think there's a life of aliens? So close, a brilliant question. And yeah, so the versions of this question, that it's on a bit of a spectrum, but is there alien life out there? 100% in my belief, 100%. And it's starting to look like that there's a lot of evidence for that as well. Now, is all of that life going to be intelligent? Is it going to be complex, or is it all just bacteria? Mainstream science believes life is going to be abundant, but they do think it's going to be quite simple, mostly bacteria. The chances of complex life like us, multicellular, or even civilizations, they think are going to be much, much rarer. But there is a lot of evidence. There are a lot of these anomalous radio signals. There's even potential what they call techno-signatures. So when they look at the light from distant stars, they notice some weird stuff going on. Maybe, and to be honest, there probably will be a lot of organic, natural explanations that we haven't discovered about the universe yet, but not all of it. There's a lot of it clues that actually the universe is absolutely alive there. Even within our solar system, you know, there is a life, microbial life on Mars. We do think there's a good chance of it being on Venus as well, that we've had detections of that. And I think, you know, if our solar system, 3 planets in a row have life, what's that going to mean for the rest of space? There's a brilliant question there. Manchester Way LLD, I love it. I've only been to Manchester once, and I'm looking for an excuse to get up there again. You've got a nice selection of restaurants up there. And let's have a look there. Do you think there's life events? Oh, 100% there. Have you seen anything? It has been so busy. We've seen some really interesting green movement today. We had that brilliant flashing one that was flashing green. I don't think we've ever had one flash green, but then it flashed white. That was an interesting one there. We have to clip that one and post it there. And Scottish 2000, good to have you in there. Thank you for the follow. I'd say where are you from, but I'd probably guess from your name there. But good to have you in. If you're new here, guys, do say hello. It might take me a minute to get to the messages, as I do try reading them all, so I'm always behind. But keep your eyes on the screen there. Do say hello there. Harko and Leanne coming in with the gifts. Thank you for that, guys. It all goes back into the stream, helping improve what we do. Looking like we're going to need a new one of these. There, and Masha. It can only be a matter of time before a general release of confirmations there. We can't be alone. I think logically, you're 100% there. Like, just why would we think we're special? And in fact, the mainstream scientific, oh, well, we haven't seen the alien life, we don't think it's out there. That comes from the time before we knew that all these other stars that we're looking at, they all have planets around them now. We can detect them to various degrees of success. But back in the 90s, we didn't know that. And that's where mainstream science was like, well, we don't even know if there's other planets. So how do we know for sure there's life? But now we know there are. We think it is statistically, you know, most logical there's going to be a life. And I think if we're around, if we're not special, life is going to be abundant, even intelligent life there. And where are we there? So that's Goldie there. Hello, 2017 there. Giant rocks, that many jets following. Oh, I think I know that one. And Agent X there, time to feed the aliens. 100%. How are you doing tonight? And Kingfish, how are you doing there? Just popping in to say I had my major surgery and got months of recovery. Oh my God, that is a long road. There's been a while. I was going to say, I hope you've been well, but obviously with the surgery and stuff. Oh, well, we're definitely wishing you a speedy recovery there, matey. And if you're ever bored of an evening, you can come in and watch quietly or have a chat with us there. But definitely wishing you the best with that recovery there. And there's definitely life somewhere other than Earth. I think so. I think it's just logical, isn't it, there? Fingers crossed for something funky tonight. Well, it's already been pretty exciting there. And Galaxy Watcher there. What is the giant purple star in A4? That is a good question. So that's gone behind me a bit now. That one there. I think that one with my alignment was Jupiter. I think there. That was the biggest and brightest one. Oh, wait, no, A4. Hold on, A4. Sorry, no, that's Jupiter's behind me. That one, good question. I don't know. I've forgotten the position of the camera there. Keep up the good spot in there, Harko. And Jordan, how are you doing? Good to see you there. The skies are alive again. Lovely and clear tonight, but the skies are alive there. Terry, welcome aboard. Good to have you in there. And let's have a look there. DJ is in as well. Good to see you. What did you say you used to see if you can hear ET? So we have got a very large parabolic mesh antenna that is tuned to that very particular frequency range there. Of all the channels in the radio dial, there's only a few that we think ET would use to purposely send a message, you know, reaching out saying hello, is anybody else out there? So we use a dish that is trained for that frequency, with the antenna for that frequency there, and it comes in for all sorts of equipment, plugs into the computer, and then we watch the meters all night and have a chat. Now the skies are much busier when we're doing the Skywatches there, but at least we're looking for evidence on those nights, so do join us for those ones. I'm sure we'll get a cloudy night soon here in the UK there. Has Sam had too much coffee? Sam's got got a very long list of the chat is very long tonight there. And did you see the images via Artemis 2? I've seen some of them. Fantastic there. V coming in with the hashtags there. And Nemi as well. How are you doing? Thank you for the follow there. Speaking of, don't you remember the summer, Agent X there? I was constantly going there. And Rotters, are we about to find out if aliens are on the far side of the moon? Good question. So we've had this come up a few times recently. Like, do you think they would tell us if they saw something strange? And I don't know. I don't know. In the past, astronauts are normally pretty straight-laced. They'll toe the line. But a few of them have come out and said things that they've seen strange things. I don't know if they'd come straight out with it like that, or if they'll try and keep it under wraps there. But maybe, I think, you know, as we go on, the more connected we are, it's harder to keep these secrets, and that is how we are seeing what we are seeing in the sphere at the minute for disclosure there. And over on the tubes now, why is one working and the other one wasn't working there? So let's see if I can see. Oh, I'm a few messages behind on you there. Let's have a look. Let me try and find where I am in the chat, guys. My one tube chat has gone. Oh, where is it scrolling down now? There, bingo, of course there's life out there. Have you never seen Star Trek? Exactly, it's a documentary, isn't it? There. And let's have a look. I need to get back over to the tubes in a second there. Be free UFO, good one drops. I'm so far behind at the minute, but keep your eyes peeled, and I will, once I've caught up with the chat, I'll get back to these there. Is it Jassy and By the Sea and Yee, welcome aboard. Thank you for the follow, guys. Where are you joining us from tonight there? And I'd send some hearts, but my wallet is empty from sending to me last week. And Alan very much appreciates it, Agent X there. Could be mind games that happens while in space. Well, that is the other consideration, and we do need to take that into account. It is a very probably stressful situation for the mind, so definitely a consideration there. And would be fun to find a spider gets on the lens. Can you imagine that? Images from the other side of the moon there. There's a spider on the lens. That scared the hell out of us there. Oh, it's now in your Hoover there. X. Did I catch up with that? I think it scrolled ahead on me there. Yasmin as well there. Thank you for the follow. Let's have a look there. Make sure I didn't miss any in the chat there. No, I did catch up. I caught up there, DJ, as well. Thank you for that. Oh, A2 there, Rio. Let's see if I can get my cursor over here in time. Now I'm caught up. Got a flash in somewhere in A2. There, right, tubers there. The flash happens every 3 seconds or so. Oh, Alun there. Well, thank you for that one. Sorry, I've only just noticed your chat. It wasn't coming up in my main chat window there. The amazing tracking, it crashed, Raf. It will be back at some point there. Private Tomcat is in. Good to see you there. And aren't we alone? There's a reason why this question is so intriguing there. It defies how we see ourselves. Finding life would greatly alter our worldview and our place in the cosmos. Oh my god, I think it would be fundamental. A fundamental change there. Even if the life was, you know, so far away, there was no chance of them ever getting to us there. If we just detected alien radar, you know, from a star 10,000 light years away, just knowing for sure, public confidence that life is out there, all of a sudden, you know, we may not be the biggest guys in the universe. I think it would change merits there. And Dogface, welcome aboard. Good to have you in there. Where are you joining us on there? And getting a flamethrower for the spiders. Oh my god, it's some of the spiders I've had around here lately. That's a whole separate one, right? A2. So we are we're looking for this stationary flashing again. Everything up there should be moving. Should be in motion. So if something is standing still long enough to flash back to us. Oh, look, we got one here. Let's have a look.
Zoom mode activated.
Oh, zoomed in a bit too much there. But there you go. You can see that one travelling across the screen if I move slightly. Oh, no, too far. It's coming back in, guys. Give it a second. Oh, I've zoomed off it. Sorry. It's a bit jolty, this. Where is it? There it is. So we need to see it do something strange. See, it's following a straight path. We need to see it do something strange. Something like stop dead, shoot off at speed, change its course, its trajectory. That, for us, will tell us that it's definitely not something like space junk or a satellite, because they have to follow those boring straight paths. So keep your eyes peeled for those. There. Feed him, V. Loving the stickers there. So yeah, it's been a very, very busy here tonight. It's been a struggle to keep up. We're going to have a faint one coming in from the side, but some of these colours as well. Let's zoom in on this cluster up here. No idea which cluster it is, but look how stunning that is. How far the separations of all these other ones. Look how closely packed these are from our point of view. Rachel might know what that one is. Can I get? I mean, look at this star here as well. I mean, look at the purple colour. This is nothing to the colour. Oh look, there's one there. Faint one coming in. Where's the purple star gone? I've jumped. There it is. Let's scroll in. Look at that. Now, stars traditionally are not triangular, but that's to do with how the lens hits the light. How the light hits the lens, sorry, in the camera there, kind of gives it that sort of shape. Look at some of the colours, the blues and the oranges here. Absolutely stunning. That faint one's going up past that constellation there. Can I get this one here? Because this is like a little bit of a disco there. Look at that. Again, this is going to be like an effect of the lens rather than actually what is going on with the star there. But look at the greens, the pinks, the purples, the yellows, the whites in that. All going. I think that one is Jupiter. The way its light is reflecting in this lens. We've got another one coming up the middle here. So UFOs will probably look very similar to satellites to us. You know, the fastest path from A to B is going to be a straight line, isn't it there? So that is going to look very similar to us as a satellite would as well there. So we might even be filtering out the odd UFO with our strict rules, but there is no way for us to be sure otherwise. What with so many objects up there, we really need that strange movement for us to say for sure otherwise. But it does mean we are probably going to miss out on a few interesting things there as well. Where is my fucking cursor gone? There it is, got to find it across 5 monitors there. It is stunning. It is. So Vega, a star that's not too far from us, will become our companion star for the summer. And that is a deep purple. Like, you've not seen anything like it. Every time it's on screen, everyone's like, what the hell is that? What the hell is that? Because it is just so big and bright and purple. You don't realise how colourful the night sky is. It's absolutely amazing. So, looking forward to that one. How you doing, Joshua, as well? Good to see you. Oh, Joseph, sorry. Not Joshua. How are you doing? And, or is that the shitty NASA capsule? I don't know. That could well be. My cat likes to catch spiders. I would be tempted for a cat just for that reason. The amount of spiders we have here is getting grim. And you know, these are not stars we can see. We can't see past the dome there, Agent X. Have they got you? Have you been converted? Harco there. Thank you for the square Allen head. Appreciate that. Tracy as well. Welcome aboard. Where are you joining us from there? How's the mouse? I'm trying to find it at the minute. V there, loving it. Vega, exactly. I haven't seen Vega in a long time. It's going to be an exciting. We'll have to pop the champagne when Vega comes back into our range or field of view there. And today I shall be known as the Great Dome Master. There, Joseph. What camera setup are you using? So this is a Sony A7. But it's the lens is the real trick. I don't know what the name of it is. But you want to have one that lets in a lot of light. Vega is definitely our mascot there. And Dan there, where is Artemis? It is on its way between us and the moon at the minute there, so it's not within our range at the second. And the downside as well is it would be very small relative to us because of the distance there, so not a lot of surface area to reflect light back over that distance. But also the moon is very, very bright, so we'd unlikely be able to see it just because the moon is kind of killing our night vision, like pointing a torch into your eyes there. Tracy, Scotland, love it. Again, well, Scotland is very, very active for people interested in the phenomenon. Lots of sightings there as well. Where is the mouse? It's on one of many screens at any one time. Good to see a few new people. I know tonight has actually it's getting like the old days. So back during the summer, we were doing, what was it, like 130 people in the room at any one point. I was always like 100 messages behind in the chat. It was knackering, but it was fun. Much quieter over the winter. It gives us a chance to get a bit more personal there. Is it a mirrorless? I think so, DJ. I think it is. It's just the original Sony A7, so it's not even that expensive these days. Hence why it probably plays up a lot of the time there. Your Dad's phoned me today and said he's been chasing mice or mouses in the garage. Don't get me started. We had such a mouse problem when we lived back in Southend. Like, we couldn't. It was a nice faint one going across the screen there. We could not get rid of them. We tried everything under the sun. Could not get rid of the buggers there. And it was to the point, Leanne would send me videos where I'd go away to work and she'd be on the sofa and she'd be filming the floor and they'll just be... It's like, it's just absolute joke. But I accidentally made the mistake of I brought the bin bags in from the garden the other night. Before I put them out. So I put them in the house, went to get the stickers. You have to put stickers on the bin bags around here or they won't take them. Put the stickers on, take them out the front of the house. Put it down. 2 mice shot out of it. I'm like, oh, fuck, I've got mice in the house now. I caught one the other day. So it's all about the mice there. Have you seen the ISS? So Harley, I love that one. Brilliant question. Last summer we saw the ISS about 3 or 4 times. Every time it surprised me. It's like I forget because it is so big, so bright and so fast. Like it is, trying to think for reference. So for TikTokers, it is as bright as you see where it says blue nose. It's got the blue circle of the image there. It's that big when the ISS comes over. It is so big, so bright, and so fast. Like, I go, UFO, every time, I swear. There, and then we go, oh no, it's the ISS. But it is phenomenal when it comes over. So I'm sure we'll be seeing that again as soon as the seasons draw on a bit there. Freedom again. And V there, what's happening on the Starship Alan? Well, it's going to quieten down a bit, so we might have to switch over to the Starship Alan in a second there. In fact, if we get 10 Scots people in the group, you go Commander. I don't think that's an incentive for them there, X. There. And Awakened, how are you doing? Where are you joining us from tonight? Good to have you in. Let's very quickly pop over to the Starship Alan. We won't be here for long. We'll go back to the sky, but V wants to check in. So this, guys, it will start in a second. There we go. This is the Starship Alan. This is our little spaceship with all of you guys that are part of our crew there. You're on the spaceship doing your jobs there. Look, Captain Blue Nose is in the transporter room today. Harko there is on the bridge there with Carlos, and who's that behind him? I can't see there. Carl is in the ready room, but even Alan, our mascot, he's down here. We've got the probing room where Kate is, and Lieutenant A-Up is in the hydroponics bay there. Can you spot yourself aboard the Starship here? If you do want to get on board the Starship, let's go back to the actual Skywatch. If you do want to get on board the Starship, all you got to do is join our Patreon, link in bio for that. Even the free tier gets you on the Starship, so you don't have to pay. But we check in and see what you guys are all up to on the Starship there. But we do a free tier. There's a link that gives it to you for a month, so you'll be able to join us for our deep dives, which happen every other week. And the next one we're going to be doing on the Condign report, I think it is, which was a UK government report done in the early 2000s, late 90s, I think, into the UFO, UAP phenomena. So we go over to Patreon, we do a live stream there, and we chat along, read through these long documents. So it's normally a document, sometimes leaked, or a whistleblower's account relating to the phenomena there, and we chew it all over. They're quite fun. So yeah, you'll get that for free as well as the Starship there, if you use the link for the free trial there. And Beefy as well, welcome aboard. Where are you joining us from there? And Awakened, Northampton, and I'm a UFO nut too. Well, welcome aboard. This is what I love about our modern times, these platforms, is that we can all meet each other. And the one thing that has surprised me massively about doing this, because I thought I knew a lot of the stories, not absolutely everything, but I thought I was quite up to it there, is just how many of you guys have had your own experiences there. Like, it has blown my mind how active the phenomena is, how many people have various degrees of sightings there. It is so much more common. I think that when the stigma eventually goes, they're all flash Rio in B2, let's have a look at that one. But when the stigma eventually does go, I think we are going to find out that at least a third of everybody has probably had an experience there as well. You're running about everywhere, V, as on the Starship, as in real life there. 15 Scots people, and I will grow my beard and dye it ginger. Isn't it naturally ginger? You need some more iron brew there. Mr. Money, how are you doing there? And Tracy, the sky in summer here has so much movement. I never had seen anything with my naked eye until moving here to the country. I'm looking out for this flashing still. But yeah, the skies, if you're in a good area, and honestly, another thing that surprised me, having hearing all your reports, is that Wales, Scotland and Ireland are very, very active for sightings. And I thought, if anything, England would be more active, purely because it's got a larger population, more of a chance of seeing something. But no, actually, it's the smaller countries that have a disproportionate amount of action, it seems. And Nasha there just watched a satellite trail and it just disappeared. Very interesting. So there's a couple of things that could be going on there. So there is something called the Umbra, which is the Earth's shadow. So if you imagine Alan's head is the Earth here, right? Then my hand is the sun. As the sun kind of goes round, like for us there, it's dark on the surface, but those objects in it here can still reflect that sun's light back for us. Now, as the sun goes round, that sun disappears there, so even the objects up here, they can't reflect that light back. But what you get is basically the Earth's shadow, or the shadow of the sun there, just kind of crosses over as the sun goes round there. And you'll see it sometimes at night. You'll just basically see all those satellites are going across the screen, and then they just go dead, all at the same sort of point. And that's where that shadow line is there. So it can be that, or it could be something a little bit more anomalous, without knowing what altitude they're at and all that sort of stuff. It can be quite tricky because they're all at different heights as well, and therefore that shadow is further along the further out you go there. It's quite hard to do it, but that could be something quite anomalous as well there. And Mike, I once saw an orange ball of fire, like a sun in the sky, but it was like 250 foot up here. So that reminds me of like the orbs there, the plasmoids. Oh, we got some action. Let's zoom in on this one. If I can find my cursor. This is a slow moving one, so this is interesting.
Zoom mode activated.
So compared to the movement of some of the others, this is moving quite slow. Now it is following a straight path, but it is quite slow. So that would imply that if it is a satellite, it is probably quite far out there, higher off of the surface. So it's doing the same speed, but because that circle is bigger in its orbit there, it's very slow. But yes, the ball of fire in the sky, it reminds me of the plasmoid. So part of the Condign report that we're going to be looking into here, basically they do think that there is a form of life that is sentient plasma. Plasma balls caught in a magnetic field in a certain way. There could be sentient life that's been with us on the Earth the whole time. But because it is so different from us, it doesn't compete for resources, we have just not considered it life. But there is evidence that that it, you know, basically ticks all the boxes for it. You know, it adapts to environments, it reproduces, all sorts of things like that. And I think that could be a good criteria for a sighting like that. I don't think it's necessarily all of the phenomena, but I definitely think that could be a large part of it. Keep your eyes on it, even if that movement has just been straight the whole time. Keep your eyes on it, because it only takes that one little turn at the last minute there for it to be something there. And I want one, but I 100% believe. I know the feeling. This one of the big reasons why I started doing this stream was because I hadn't seen anything in the UFO alien sphere, and I was keen to see if there was anything to it. And then moving here to the country. And this little town that we're in has a long history with the UFOs and weird events. I thought, right, perfect, let's do it. And I wonder if people online would like to keep me company whilst we do it. And it turns out there's a lot of you interested people as well. So we're all very interested here. So you're very welcome. I say, oh, Mike's Florida. I like that. So looking at lovely weather. What are your skies like for the phenomena there? Have you ever seen anything strange in that sense? Or was that the ball of... so that was the ball of light there. So that would be Florida as well there. Was that a nighttime sighting or a daytime sighting there? But thank you for the follow there. Mostly due to the alcohol consumption. I can feel that one. And, oh, that was a good shooting star. Did you guys see that? That was pretty. Sometimes you don't need the aliens. It is just the show nature puts on is pretty cool there. And I do not believe we have a firmament any more. I mean, I don't on my mind. I don't lean that way, but I understand there's some interesting questions. There's some definitely interest. I'm always willing to hear it there. So tubers, I can't see any more chat. The last one I got there was from Ken, so I don't know if you guys have been quiet tonight or if it's just the chat is not working. If it's not working, apologies there, guys. 50,000 likes already. Well done, guys. Appreciate that. Guys, it is the likes and the shares that does help us reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves. And the more eyes and minds we get on the old phenomena, the more we can all piece this puzzle together there. And Mike, I've been in many aircraft, and I also have watched rocket to my own eyes. Oh god, yeah, because Florida, you're gonna have quite the sight for that there. Leave the atmosphere. Makes sense if you've got that first-hand experience there. And Nathan as well, welcome aboard. Where are you joining us from there? So the firmament is gone from the time of the flood. So you do think it was there beforehand? I'm not fully up on it myself there. Will, as welcome aboard. Good to have you in. So guys, if you're not following us already, do make sure you do there, because we do something like this every night. So if it's a clear night like tonight, we're doing our live UFO UAP Skywatch coming to you live from Wiltshire in the UK, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle country and just down the road from Stonehenge. So very ancient and mysterious skies in these parts. You can join us on that one every clear night there. If it's a cloudy night though, we do a UFO, an alien radio signal hunt there of a big dish pointing up to the night sky, and we listen on the frequency there where the WOW signal was heard in the 1970s. Or if the moon is up full, we'll have a look at that and talk about how weird it is there. And Paul over on the tubes there, aliens just hover above us and then bugger off. I mean, that does seem to be a lot of the activity. What could that deduce? What would that mean that they're doing? Are they monitoring us? Are they surveying us? Are they just winding us up there? And Nasha, this is so cool. In the garden watching stars, view in my ears. Nasha, I like that. That's quite companion, and I like that you're outside getting some good eyes on it yourself there. I was very jealous when we started doing this last summer. My missus would go out in the garden with the camera and just lay and have, like, you know, watch all the stars and see all the shooting stars and things. Here, I mean, look, it's a live feed, but there's something different. I'm a bit detached being inside. I'm a little bit separate from it. It's not quite the same. Sometimes we do take the show on the road though, and we go up to the local Iron Age hill forts that surround the town, where back in the 60s and 70s the old school UFO watchers would go and have a very, very interesting experiences. And we take the mobile streaming rig up there and we do it live from up there. And we've seen some interesting things up there, so hopefully we're going to do one as well from Stonehenge, and I think that'll be pretty epic to do a live UFO Skywatch from Stonehenge. Again, crop circle country. We're going to hopefully this year, if a crop circle happens in a field where A, there is signal, and B, a farmer will let us, we'll do a live Skywatch from the middle of a crop circle, which would be pretty cool. Are there any recommendations for stargazing binos? Yeah, so I got myself a cheap set. I have no idea on good ones yet. So I literally thought I've just got to start, and I just picked up a set that was in a charity shop there. So I don't know the good ones, but if there is any... is that a goose flying over? Space worms. Oh, that's birds flying over there. Anyone's got any good recommendations, drop them in the chat there. Mike there, a living plasmoid is possible. They are thinking more and more so, and in fact that was the conclusion of the report, that they needed to look into it more, but that is looking quite amazing there, that life could also be plasma based. That would totally change the universe there. Neil is in there. Greetings from Oxfordshire. Lovely clear. Isham in Oxfordshire. Love to hear that one, Neil. Yeah, good to see you. We are all good. We've got a lovely active sky there. And Awaken. So, we're not in Suffolk, no. So we are down in Wiltshire, which is the southwest. So Stonehenge, Glastonbury, that sort of place there. But Suffolk is very, very busy, so we do want to do one. My old man lives in Suffolk, so I'm up there semi-regularly. But Rendlesham Forest there, a lot of people know it's one of the most famous potential landing/crashes, definitely for the UK are there. And I used to work right by Rendlesham Forest, just to pass all of the military bases. So we would like to do one from Rendlesham Forest at some point as well. Where's all the new banners and notifications coming from? Yeah, they've been there for ages. And it helps me that I don't have to say it as much. There. Excellent. I'm glad you caught the shooting star there, guys, because it is absolutely stunning. That was some of the colours of them as well. If we live in a dome, where does the snow come from? That's a good question. And Joseph, I've witnessed a number of strange events which are not natural. And I like this because we know intuitively, don't we, when we see something strange. We have got a lifetime of seeing planes, of seeing drones, of seeing things interact, seeing gravity work on objects there. So when we observe something, we can often see something there, and we just know. We can't necessarily tell you why it's weird, but you know it's moving in the way that I've not seen any plane go, and you're often lacking the words, the vocabulary to describe it, but you know in your gut there. TikTok is filtering comments again. I wouldn't be surprised. It's up to its old tricks there. So guys, if you do want to see a little bit more of the sky, horizontal view, you can join us on those two. We do simulcast there as well, and as you can see a little bit more of the screen there. So we're at the Thing UFO for those, and the comments don't normally get filtered out there. And do we know why the astronauts are back in their orange suits and strapped back in? That is a good question. So normally those suits are for the landings and the re-entries, aren't they? That's why they're orange, for recovery purposes. So if they're back in those suits, that might be a clue. That could be. I didn't know that there. And Big Bear, I saw a trailer for Disclosure Day at the cinema last night. It looks really good. It does, doesn't it? And so Steven Spielberg is one of those directors there that we do think may be tasked with seeding information to the general public there through the mechanism of fiction. So if disclosure does happen, then at least people have an understanding that they've got from the film. So I wonder what message they might want us to be taking from that there. And Granite One, how are you doing? Thank you for the follow there. Where are you joining us from tonight there? Banner is by Sam. Oh, we already... No, Paul wasn't yesterday. No, that was a surprise movie club. That was the S4 one. No, Paul is at the end of the month there. The normal movie club is planned at the end of the month. Is it the 25th? It should say it on the banner. We did a surprise emergency one for the Bob Lazar film yesterday. I just realised it come out. We've got to watch it. So we did an emergency one for that one there. Would love to go to Rendlesham Forest. V, well, get in your rowdy. Put the top down. Get Alan to pack some snacks and head down. I mean, no, it's on our list. It's very much on our list there. We just need to motivate Pete to do it there. Oh, I can. Yeah, I definitely. It's so many, and I didn't realise how active a Rendlesham Forest potentially is outside of the main UFO events there. But it's been very busy before and since for all sorts of weirdness there. Well, it is a beautiful part of the country. So I used to work on a ex-military site that was literally on the cliff edge just down the road, quite close to the coast. So if you keep going past, Rendlesham Forest and Woodbridge and Bentwaters, all the bases there, you come to a little town or a little hamlet called Bordsey, and there's ex-military facilities there where they developed radar there, and part of it I used to work at. And it's right on the cliff edge to the point you go, is this place going to fall into the sea? You had the fence and then like a metre and then just a drop to the sea there. And I have never seen clearer skies in my life. It blew my mind there at night. You just see so much there. Let's have a look at this one.
Mode activated.
Thank you, computer. There you go. It's got a bit of yellow to it. But remember, we need to see it do something strange there. We need to see it stop dead, shoot off at speed, change its course, change its trajectory, anything like that. What they can indicate to us that it is not one of the many, many satellites up there, but that it is something strange. Now, we are asking a lot there because ET is probably going to travel in a straight line. It's the most efficient path from A to B, isn't it there, a straight line? So we are realising that ET is travelling. All of us... Oh, look, there's another one there, an interception. He's travelling and he realises he's left the gas on and does an interstellar handbrake turn. There. Ah, Kate. Have I said hello to you tonight, Kate? I've only just seen your name pop up. Oh, that was a close one. Now, in reality, guys, they're probably at different altitudes, so they probably kind of missed each other like that. But from our point of view, it does look pretty cool, doesn't it? There, look, it's fading out now. So this is a good case for the Earth shadow. Look, that is, so at that altitude, let's see it fade out there. That is probably where the line is of the Earth shadow. So we'll expect that as the night draws on to move closer this way. And normally we can spin the camera around. But oh, there we go. It works now. Fuck. Sorry, guys. It wasn't working earlier. All of a sudden it works when I wasn't actually intending for it to do that. Oh, sorry, guys. All over the shop, going to make you seasick. There was some movement. Where was that before it all went to jaggedy? Oh, well. Can't see it anyway. Let's have a look. But yeah, honestly, yes, a lovely, beautiful place. Neil, there, thank you for the hearts. Appreciate that one. Leanne as well for the roses. And, oh, you fed Alan.
Nom nom nom.
Thank you for that, guys. Appreciate that. All goes back into the stream. They're helping us improve what we're doing. Where are we in the chat? Oh, technical glitch there. I scroll down. Oh, there's Kate there. V coming in with the hashtags. Appreciate that, guys. It is those likes, the shares, the hashtags that does help us reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves. And the more intelligent, open-minded people we can get looking at the phenomena, sharing our experiences there, the more we can all piece this puzzle together there. But how are you doing tonight, Kate? And Agent X loving the stickers there, sir. And let's go a bunker busting. I would love to. I've got my eye. There's a local bunker around here. I've got my eye on it, Agent X. I can't afford it, but I'm looking. V there coming in with the stickers there, and Turtle Raphael there. Welcome aboard. Where are you joining us from tonight there? I go a bunker exploring and find one empty one. We can rebuild and kit out there. I would love that. It's my dream. That's the bunker I nearly bought there back in the day. That one right on the coast. So about a good bunker. 2 aeroplanes. Whereabouts? I can't spot them there. I'm Kate, the extremely late tonight. There, laundry needed laundering. Well, that is fair enough. Sometimes life has to happen there. Becca as well, welcome aboard. Good to have you in. Where are you joining us from tonight there? And could do with traffic lights up there. Actually, Paul, you are not wrong there. This is part of the things they are worried about now. The fact that there is so many objects up there. Oh, look, there's one going straight across the screen just there. The fact that there is so many objects up there that they do think, especially as they want to have like 3 times the amount, that we could have something called Kessler syndrome, which is basically the snowball chain reaction of if one satellite gets destroyed, breaks up into 1,000 pieces, those 1,000 pieces can then damage and destroy other satellites which break up into 1,000 pieces, and then it will snowball and just everything up there will become impenetrable because those individual fragments will be flying around in their orbits there, like speeding bullets. We'll just take it all out there. So you're not far wrong on that one. Orion Nebula is active tonight and viewable. Oh, I didn't try to think where Orion is. I think it's gone a bit far around for us, so we can't get the camera on it at the minute there. And Rosetta, bonjour. How are you doing today? Let's have a look there. Did you see the photos from the dark side of the moon? They've got a pic of Bumblebee. I haven't seen those, but I have seen some interesting moon pictures there, like cylinders on the surface. You know, that ain't an actual structure. What the hell's going on there? And Karma here, how are you doing? Again, thank you for the follow. Say hello there. Let us know where you're all joining from tonight there. I'd love to hear from you. Now the chat's calmed down, we can actually talk to you there. So if you've got any questions or if you want to share an experience with the phenomena, ask away or say away there. I'd love to hear about that as we are doing our hunt for the strange and anomalous there. Sent you a terrifying text message. Always have a look there. Oh, Ohio. I love Ohio there. I think you're our first viewer from Ohio. Welcome aboard there. How are your skies tonight there? And Pluto, how are you doing? Good to see you there. Let's see what Rosetta was saying. Oh, there we go. Ah, where is that? I know where that is. No, that isn't. That is very close by. I think you're actually on my road in that picture, though, Rosetta. Vicarage Street. Where's Vicarage Street? No, that isn't my street. Big yellow star near the horizon in the northwest. Good question. I don't know. Lifestyle. We're also until Thursday. Well, I hope you're enjoying it. You are. Oh yeah. So that is. I don't know. I feel like that is... Oh, yeah, you're taking that picture from my street, but that isn't my... I don't have a conservatory. So, but you're not far. You're not far. I'll have to leave you a series of clues. Like a sort of... like an internet Easter egg hunt there for you there. How you been, Pluto? It's good to see it. It's been very, very active tonight there. Nasha was following one trail, only to have another cross twice the speeds. Honestly, some of the speeds are just amazing on this. Now, they're all roughly the same speed, roughly. But where they're at different altitudes, they're further away from the Earth there, they appear to be slower. So one that's going around the Earth very close is going to look quite quick compared to one that's doing the same speed but has a bigger circle. So to us, it's going to look a lot slower. So the orbital mechanics is very interesting. They're star trekking across the universe. Agent X, I was actually singing on stream the other day when we were playing the pirate game with Pete. So, yeah, and 5:46, it's still daylight there, but plenty of weird stuff here lately. Oh, I'd love to hear about that. Yeah, forget about the time difference. It's quite substantial there. There, do tell us more about the weird stuff there. 246, I'm not singing. There. I do not, Rosetta, I do not. This is like Guess Who, isn't it? There, cooler. You literally had my address the other day from when we posted the stuff there. It shouldn't be this hard with the actual door number. There. I think I'm alone there. You just wanted to sing there. I watched Jules today for the first time. It was actually a good film there. You know, I don't know what that film is. What's that one there? I'm going to go door knocking. I wonder if the neighbours would... I wonder if the neighbours would know us. I've been so antisocial. I know one neighbour. There. And Fruity, how are you there? Good to have you in. Exactly, Kate. Stalker. Yeah, can you see the green glow? If you're that close to us, Rosetta, can you see the green glow from my window? Don't know what the direction is. Good, thanks. Busy day. Making the kids Easter special. Love that there. How's your day? Busy. It's non-stop at the minute. I'm a sucker. I'm working over my Easter bank holiday weekend. But it will be worth it. I keep telling Leanne, she's going, it's bloody bank holiday, stop working. I'm like, but look, love, if I can just crack this, if I could just get this AI to do my actual job for me, then I won't have to actually work during the week. And the work won't know. So, hopefully it'll pan out. Or I've wasted an Easter weekend there. Yeah, the men in black there. It's the Rosetta in black. It's coming to stop the stream there. I was singing the other night, V, and it was tragic. You watch the numbers go down there. Go pretend to be a ghost in his garden. Oh, my God. You probably would as well. You can find my house by the spiders there. I'm in the army. It's going to be sticking there. Ben Kingsley UFO, a crash film. Oh, I know Ben Kingsley, yeah. You know, I don't think I've seen that one advertised. Is it on one of the streaming services? Because I'll have to check that one out there. See, hello. Is it Walmart closer? Hold on, let's have a look. Where are we there? You are very close. I think 200 meters is probably close. I don't know if maybe it's a bit more than that, a touch maybe. I'd have to stick my head outside there. I'm a good person. Thank you, V. You were very kind and supportive of the first time playing the game. I do want to play it more, but if we've got clear skies, we have to do skies there. Oh, it's just been released. I will have to check it out there. It's another one I haven't seen yet. She's in your backyard. Whilst you're out there, can you do some tidying up? Can you get rid of the spiders there? It's horrifying. I knew there was something in the air tonight. Well, you say you're here for a few days. And any street, I will check it out, see if I can catch that one there. Where are we? Go down his street shouting loudly, and the aliens are coming. You'll be able to pick it up on the mic. Where are we? They'll look at his dishes and know it's his fault. Yeah, I mean, I am the UFO one here. Until Thursday, I suppose with the bank holiday, it makes sense there. There's not much to do around here, though, if you've got any good plans. Hardly I'm going to be at work. And would be fun, at the end, would point a laser at the sky and get Sam attention. Actually, that's not a bad way of doing it, actually. I'd notice it on the stream. Has it quietened down now, do we think? Oh, no, I say it's saying. Look, we've got two crossing paths there. Look, this one here and this one here. Should we zoom in on the brighter one?
Zoom mode activated.
Thought it was going to be green for a second there. Remember, we need to see that anomalous movement there. We need to see it do something strange. Something a satellite just cannot do. Look at the oranges. There. No, don't think so. Dogs, but not that one. I am definitely scared to use lasers around here, this close to the training range. Especially as the last time we were up there, it was a military helicopter doing strange things. And it took us a little bit too long to realise it was a military helicopter. So if we had pointed a laser at it, which Pete probably would have, that would have gone sideways. This line of question is making me cry. It's, you know, it's like 20 questions. Can we guess? Warmer, colder, warmer. It's giving screen movie. It is a bit. Yeah, you do. You exactly, Rosetta. Exactly. In the US, there's everybody's pointing them sideways. Do you like alien movies? That's what question is that? Do you mean? Oh, did you see that shooting star right on the edge there? Oh, that was a good one. As in aliens, an alien, you know, Sigourney Weaver? Or do you mean movies with aliens in there? Good one there. Who needs their shooting star stamp? Actually, Rosetta, let's restamp your passport. You could collect it. Save the postage. Where are we? See how many stamps you're missing here. Oh, you're missing your Skywatch. You've got your shooting star though. You got that one. Yeah, you're missing your SETI one. You're missing the gaming stream, deep dive. Can't quite claim it just yet. Just appear behind you on. Fucking, I probably wouldn't notice. Like until to have a small heart attack. I saw your pictures actually though of you know, you were in what was it? Dead Set the other day. I actually checked the bloody Discord. I'd totally forgotten. So I did see those there. All B2, shooting star, good spot there, Harko. And, oh, got to go there. So it's been a busy day. No worries, Pluto. But thank you for popping by. Hope the kids had a fantastic Easter there. Get some rest. Hopefully we'll see you later in the week there. What is the weather looking like ahead for us? When is our next Skywatch going to be? Oh, Monday. So, right, tomorrow, Skywatch. Tuesday, Skywatch. Wednesday, or maybe Skywatch here. We've got a few nights in the row here, guys, that we're going to be getting this camera out. So do make sure you're all following so you can join us for the Skywatches. And if we're going on at around 9:30, Polly there, thank you for the heart. Appreciate all that. All the gifts, the subs, patrons do go back into the stream. But if you are joining us here, so we normally come on about 9:30 p.m. UK time, which means that if you're on at that point, that is when the skies are the busiest and there is the most action on screen, so you definitely want to catch those times there. Instead of do you like scary movies? Oh, I get it. God, that makes me... Do you like Alien? Okay, very good. You've watched this guy, I don't remember that one. Right? Plus, you've got to tell, that's the whole point in the past, which you've got to take at the time. Everyone forgets to remind me. You've got to go stamp in the chat. And Alan, I find Alan, I'm reading it wrong there. I find Alien type movies a bit of a letdown. I know what you mean. There's some of them I do think are really, really good, but there is just this, like, there's a hunger for, like, the next step, that little bit more information, which doesn't get satisfied with a lot of the same with the documentaries and stuff. There's so much media out there that kind of claims to have, you know, like that little bit of information that you want, another answer, another piece of the puzzle, and you watch it and go, this was the same old shit that I've just already heard, but just stretched out longer there. Sea of Thieves was very... I did enjoy doing the Sea of Thieves, though. Well, I won't take it personally. He didn't offer to jump on tonight. Let me actually check my messages to see if he did. Oh, I didn't invite you to Sea of Thieves. There. Oh, we didn't read the controls, and you were really bad at it. Which one was that? That's probably any game I play, other than Sea of Thieves. Apparently, Visa does very good. There. Oh, Lulu there, 3C. Am I a bit late to the party? Probably a bit late, but I'll keep my eyes peeled for those ones. Thank you for the good spotting. We've watched good Alien movies for movie night there. We have. We've got Paul coming out end of the month for that one. Contact was a good film, which is basically what we do on the radio signal hunt streams. When Orion goes reorbit, it will be a cool Skywatch. That would be very cool. The 4, you know what? I don't think I have Agent X. Is it? Have you suggested it to Alan? Now you're on the Discord. If you type the movie in and the platform it's available on in the Movie Club channel, Alan will add it to the list and it will go into the vote there. Stamp the bloody passport already. I've put it back in there. Right there, Rosette. Well done. Right, I'll stamp your gaming one, but we still need you on the tubes, the Twitch, the SETI, Deep Dive. You know, there's so many. Like live at the wrong... Oh, should get extra for being an OG. Well, at the minute, you're lucky to get a stamp. The ink's running out on this one. So, you know, you got to get those other ones in quick. And I kind of want it to play Sea of Thieves. Oh, you should, Kate. You could join the crew. It was tiny and disappeared. Ah, well, keep it. That's good. That's probably actually where the Earth's shadow is now. Was it coming from this way to this way and disappeared? Because if so, that would match with it hitting the Earth's shadow. Keep up the good spotting though. The orange suits, they are demonstrating / testing their survival suits. Ah, okay. So it's not, because that was a good spot there, up though. Because if they're in it, it does imply that there maybe there's a reason they need to be in survival suits, but they're just testing. Keep up that and don't starve. I don't think I have played that one yet. Predator movie is Prey. I've not seen many of the Predators though. Definitely. I'm not sure. The whole point of the passports is it was from starting the passport. And you have to tell me at the time. I'm just going to drag it out. It's frustrating. It is, but you've got to remind me at the time. I'll give you one more stamp, Rosetta, but next time it's got to be as we're doing it. Oh, look, there's one coming up here. It's quite faint. But we need to see it do something strange there. Paula as well, thank you for the share. Do appreciate that. It does help us. The shares and the likes are tapping away. It helps us reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves there. And the more eyes and minds on the old phenomena, the more we can all piece this puzzle together. Where's that one gone? Oh, it's going off the screen there. Right, anyway, let's come back out to that one. Can we spot anything? It's very, very active here. Very, very busy tonight, but we need to see that anomalous movement. We have seen it a couple of times already tonight there. Channel 64, Freeview. Blaze has UFO on June Day? I don't know that one. What was that noise? No idea what that noise was. Uncle John, welcome aboard. Where are you joining us from today? Thank you for the follow there. Very busy. A few wisps of cloud, I think, in the atmosphere there. So we've had that one. I think my favourite from tonight was that green flashing one. That was pretty cool there. Got a stamp on your own. It's amazing the people that want to kind of do that. I had to hide the stamp from family members when they came round because they wanted to stamp it. And I was like, no, you gotta do it, gotta earn it. I'll be hiding it, take it to work with me. Alan likes you to sweat for your stamps. So we switch back over to the Starship briefly. So, it's stopped. Let's load it up. So, guys, this is the Starship. Alan, can you spot yourself on board? Right, fake Kate is in the probing room. Oh, real Kate is in the Rio Deer. Raph is on the bridge with Carlos and Harko still. Ben is in the ready room there. Marcus is in sick bay. Carl's in the cargo bay there. Alan's in the shuttle bay with V. Banana's in the engine room. DJ and A-Up are in the hydroponics bay there, and Janie and B are in the was it the holodeck? Can you spot yourself? Simon's just gone to engineering. Captain Blue Nose is in the teleporter room there. Brad is in the teleporter room. Beer Buster's moved down to the cargo bay. Can you spot yourself on the Starship? Alan there. Oh, it's been too long there. Oh, Duende. Oh my god, I can't pronounce it. There. That does ring a bell. They're a cryptid. There. Should have offered to stamp foreheads. Actually, yeah. Skolzy, how are you doing? Good to see you there. Free tattoo. Downside to be... Oh, for the stamp. We'll do it when we do the Alan's birthday meet up there. Downside to being a clone. No passport. Too bad. So sad. One of you is getting the probing then. Tommy was in last night. He was asking after you. He was considering coming over to the Discord, and then I told him that you would join as well. So I think that was it. He has to join now. If you've come over to the dark side, then he has as well. 70,000, not bad there, Harko. Well done. Thank you for that. Oh, there is some movement there. Oh, there's 2 bits of movement. 3 bits of movement. God, the skies are still busy. Look, 1, 2, and then there's a 3rd there. Look at this one. It's consistent brightness there. It's just the atmospheric twinkle. I need to see it do something strange. I saw you post some messages, Agent X. I didn't want to make a big deal, but I also did want to make a big deal. But I thought I wouldn't, like, you know, spook you off. There it is, look. I can't believe it's actually still this active this late on into the night there. He was in prison last night. Is that ghost hunting? Or have they finally caught you? And, Mars Attacks was a fun film. You know what? That's one I haven't actually seen. I've wanted to see it for a very, very long time, but I've never have. It's always been, like, behind a paywall. And Sam hates everything that doesn't have Ian McShane in it. I love everything that does have Ian McShane in it. And to be honest, I think every film with Ian McShane is made better there. If we are invaded by aliens, just play your Slim Whitman records. Wait a minute. Oh, that was Mars Attacks, wasn't it? Imagine the disappearing ones are the sport model. Well, I mean, they did say that they were illuminated. Rosetta, you did the thing. Wait, what was the thing? What was the thing? Graveyard Angel move? What's that? Mission briefing live. About 25 message. Oh, interesting. That's over on the Discord, guys. If you want to check that one out, we come in base. Oh, the Patreon link. Well, let's reload you up and see if you're on the starship now. Hold on. Where's my cursor gone? There it is. Let's have a look. Let's refresh the starship. And see if we can find Rosetta. Takes a second. Oh, there you are. Oh, wrong one. See if we can find you. Oh, God, it's taking ages. Why is it having a sulk? Right there. No, wrong button, you idiot. Sorry, guys. Get back to it. Starship. Loady, loady, loady. Right, where are you? Can I spot you in here? Or is it still needing a... Yeah, there you are. Right, hold on, let's load you up. Oh, it's had another sulk. Hold on, let's put you all on the bridge for some sort of meeting there. There you go. There you go, Rosette. I'll let you down there. You're going to the bottom left, going into the cargo bay, looks like it. Suspiciously near the security stand there. There you go. You've made it aboard the Starship, Alan. Alan's very impressed. Keep out of the armory, though, please. Welcome aboard. Thank you. And Adele there. Hey, me and my boyfriend are watching you tonight there. And he normally listens while on his games there. Do we know? What does he, or is he a quiet watcher there? We'll say hello to him there. Oh, and hello to the both of you, Adele there. And Stone Angel ornament moving like Doctor. Oh my God, Agent X. No, that's Weeping Angels or whatever it was. That's not a bit of me. That spooked the hell out of me there. And she's not a stowaway supplying the cosmic booze anymore. So is that what was going on then? Rosetta had stowed away. Now you're fully legitimately on the crew roster there. The internet in Warminster sucks. It does very, very much. We need to have like sort of priority allocation, I think. You know, we are Warminster's most interesting thing. Wait, is the booze cruise still a thing? Oh yeah. All aboard the Starship Alan for the booze and duty free. Staff meeting, that's what it is. Yeah, it's who's been using the probes outside of the allocated schedule. I think Alan poked my eyes. You're having a cry. It's okay, Agent X. Men cry. It's fine. Cargo bay to steal the booze. Well, A up is normally in V. We're normally drinking the bar dry there. Alan got us in trouble with the intergalactic law again. When are we not? Bar, we are dry. Now give you a stamp. Rosetta. Let's give you the stamps there. Hold on. Patreon. There we go. Got you that one done. Ian as well. Welcome aboard. Where are you joining us from tonight there? Thank you for the follow. You had to live outside the ship. Just hold your breath. Hang on to the side there. Blue Nose, thank you for the gifts. Appreciate that. All goes back into the stream there. Didn't you see the comic pics? She was clinging. I didn't see that one. I saw some of the comic pictures, but I don't remember seeing that one. Oh my God, I'm so... Oh, no, I definitely saw the comics. Right, I'm going to go back into the media section now. Let me find this. We've got our own Discord, which if guys want to join, really cool. Link in the bio for that one. Let's have a look. It'll be in the media section, won't it? Let's have a look. Media. Oh, I have missed a few. Let's have a look. Ooh, Harko. I've seen your post there. Oh God, I have so many to catch up on. Let's have a look. I want to find these comics. Oh, okay, I've only just seen the old. It's like the porcelain, the China artwork, but of Darth Vader. That's quite cool. Where are we? Oh, I have to scroll properly up for these, aren't I? Where is it? Ah. Oh, I've missed so much. I'll have to get back on that one in a second there. How you doing, Ian? Just seen your message there as well. And can we get Alan to do song requests? He was going to release a Christmas hit, but he didn't get around to it in the end there. Non-killed days there. And you... bending me arm there. All right, okay. So you need to join us, though, Rosetta, for a deep dive. Luckily, we've got one this Friday. That stamp is running out. Oh, South Yorkshire, love it there. Have you ever seen anything strange in the night skies up that way? I do like a bit of Yorkshire myself. And did you see the pics with Alan in the gym? No, I didn't see those ones. Were they on the media tab? Let's have a look. I have to have a proper look. I'm so far behind. Is there anything you're not sort of bad at doing? No. It's my professional. I'm professional at being a jack of all trades, master of none. Passing push for the wind. Spikers, there is Artemis 2 fake, so I don't think so. Some people do think that. Some people are on the line to it. I mean, I wouldn't count anything out there, but I don't think so at this point. I haven't seen anything obvious for it there. I mean, I don't know why they would fake endless delays over budget. You know, it's just, I mean, it'd be an accurate representation of bureaucracy. That is a very busy. That's probably why I missed it, because it's so busy. And Thomas there, hi, I've joined. Oh, the Discord there. I'll send you a site. Oh, Thomas, good, quite there. Hold on, let's have a look. Oh my god, I'm so far behind on that one. Let's have a look. Look at it. I think that star might have been Jupiter. That's been up quite bright there. Let's have a look. Ah, is that you there, Gigamonger? Oh. That is weird. That is weird. So guys, check that out in the media tab. Thomas has just put in a couple of images. They are interesting. The movement on that first one and how bright the second one was. That is interesting. There, thank you for sharing those ones. UAP clan here, exactly. You found the other weirdos. We're all here. Ian Williams there, thank you for the follow as well. Where are you joining us from? We're on here every night doing something strange. So we're either doing our live UFO, UAP, Skywatch, and it's been very busy tonight, or we are doing alien radio signal hunts there when it's a cloudy night. We can't get the camera out. I'm no expert on cosmic travel, but I can brew. I mean, that's all we need. One of us to the dark side. Do we need rubber rings and goggles when we deep dive? 100%. The little nose clips and hair caps as well. Seen orange and green orbs at about midnight last summer. Oh, what were they doing? What sort of behaviour there? Those orbs are very, very interesting, especially green as well. For those, I do think that could be the old plasmoids there, which is, you know, sentient forms of plasma life. Let's have a look. Perhaps we've never been visited by aliens because they have looked upon Earth and decided there's no sign of intelligent life. Exactly. Wait, UFOs come from space? A no-name YouTuber there. How are you doing? Well, we don't know. If you go back to old school days, do you? It's actually quite a good question there. Ian and Ben are there. Thank you for the gifts, guys.
Nom, nom, nom.
Feeding
Thanks,
Alan.
guys.
But yeah, I mean, old school UFOs back in the day. Just saw Rosetta's Jack of no trades. Thank you, Rosetta. There. But yeah, no, back in the day it used to be nuts and bolts, didn't it? You know, little green men, metal spaceships coming from distant planets. But the more we look into it, the more possibilities open up. Is it one of these options, or is it a bit of all of them? I don't know. It could be us from the future. There's been an interesting angle that's been floated. You know, could be dimensional angles at play there as well. And Jason, if aliens are real, why are they not stopping the war in Iran? So, good question. I mean, why would they care? Is the other one. You know, if it would imply that they care. I mean, like, they may just not give two flying fricks about us there, because if aliens are real and there's life on other planets, that means that Earth isn't special there, and therefore there's nothing worth intervening for. There's nothing worth coming to take necessarily. If they are particularly benevolent for some reason, then maybe they just, you know, get involved only when they have to. You know, it's kind of like with kids. You know, you don't want to interfere, and then they don't learn the lessons themselves. You can overparent, can't you? So it may be a case of that they're letting us make mistakes, but just not the ones that we can't come back from, like totally annihilating the planet. That's a good question there. Harko there, thank you for the gifts, appreciate that. And nominate V as a lifeguard for swimming pool diving there. Sam did nearly drown in 2 inches of water, according to Pete, is the thing on that one though, Fee. I don't know where he gets that from. We were well out into the water there, sitting on our surfboards. I don't know where he gets that. Other than that, it's pretty much accurate. It did look very pathetic, but it was deep water. You couldn't touch the floor. First Apollo landing. What's fake? There. And should be my tagline. I think if you know me, you probably know it there. It was already proved. Was it? I can imagine that they would have tried to fake it if something had gone wrong. But Harko, do you think that the actual landing, the witness, that what we did see, do you think that that was fake? That was the footage from that? Very interesting how the second one was just totally stationary. Exactly. My second, well, the first part is moving. I'm not sure the second. It moves for like a few seconds, doesn't it? And then stops there. How you doing, Ben? Good to see. How's your Easter weekend going? I'm seeing them regularly since I spotted one neon green light that split into 3 and didn't move. Now that is very anomalous. There isn't really technology that we have that does that, is there? And I think this is what happens, isn't it? Like, you see something strange and it kind of opens up your mind to the possibility of other strange things out there. And then you start to look, and when you look, you see things. I think that's part of how it goes. Most people don't look up. They don't expect to see anything interesting, so they don't look in the first place. How you doing, Carl? Are you still away? There and Ian, they were quite high and stationary, and then I looked away and then back and they were gone. Very interesting there, because anything with our technology, even if it was one of the fastest jets there, you'd still see it in the distance or something, wouldn't you there? Very interesting. Whereabouts in the world was that sighting? I'd say it's not particularly us, but the planet itself they're more worried about. Could well be there. It would, you know, to a degree, make sense, wouldn't it? I mean, I don't know. I just don't know what, you know, would be special. And it might be that there is something special about us. It might be the diversity, but I just don't know which is the likely case there. You know, is it that there's such a diverse range of species here on Earth? Is it that the world is particularly habitable? Is there something intrinsically valuable about humans? People talk about souls and things like that. They are all possible. But I've heard some interesting theories, but I haven't seen any evidence to convince me of one of those. In the second vid there, the standard interference in the midground stops when the light does. It's a paused image. Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, I think when I was playing, it played for a second, then it stopped, and then it was just paused from that point on, like a video error. I believe it. And did you see the US Senator interview where he said, we have hybrids among us? I saw bits of that, but he was saying that he had been briefed on it, but by like somebody random. It wasn't that he had got it from an actual source there. Find the hidden eggs on Discord. That's a cute little game. I like that, Harker. A little Easter egg hunt for all of us there. He didn't say prophetic. Wait a minute. What? I can't remember what that's related to. The system of the government are covering it up, and it might be us in the future. It may well be us. There's the extratemporal model there, and there is arguments that the Greys could be us in the future. They're evolutionary speaking. We fit, don't we? Anatomically, we could well be them. You know, that could be our trajectory for something like that. And it's interesting. There's a spike of abductions was in the 1970s, wasn't it there, which is coincidentally the time in humanity when you would be best to sample the genome there for, you know, reproductive purposes. That was our best time before we'd poisoned ourselves with microplastics, but we are also most optimally mixed up there. The genes were more variable. Thought I saw some movie. Yeah, there's a little faint one on the screen there. It's not doing anything interesting yet though. Is anyone a David Adar fan? I don't know. I don't even know that one yet. That name there. If I was a visitor, I'd try out Wingstop. That's and Pink Floyd. How are you doing? Thank you for the gifts. Appreciate all that. Goes back into stream there. Scared me after not at the time. There's been a few things like that that sometimes there's certain areas of the phenomena that go out of the realm for me of speculation and interesting thought experiments and dip into, oh, actually that does unsettle me slightly there. It's already Sunday for you, Harker. Well, we'll be off soon ourselves here at this end there. It was good. I just visited with a friend. Excellent. We used to have one of them in Southend, but I never went. We're on TV, inherited a haunted doll's house. Oh my God. Not in the house. Nothing haunted in the house. Or the E.T. a life would make of Earth food. I mean, that's quite an interesting one, you know. I often think about, you know, we think about the Greys or the Mantids or whoever these potential aliens may be that might be visiting us there. And we're seeing their apex of the species, aren't we? Their top that's kind of doing all this travelling, doing all the technology and stuff. But back home, they must have, you know, billions of plant species. They must have their insects that annoy them. They must have the equivalent of rodents in their house, pets, animals in the zoos and their forests. And there's a whole iceberg of life for each one, potentially. You know, what would all of that look like? What do their dogs look like? You know, do they have them? You know, but there must be a reasonable diversity of life, because if our evolutionary model is anywhere near correct, it is that range of diversity that has literally crafted and sculpted us as humans, you know. And if they look similar, you know, bipedal, heads on shoulders, all this sort of stuff there, they look surprisingly similar, then they must have had the same or similar evolutionary pressures, which would mean, again, an equally diverse environment there. And maybe they think we're cute and they're shy. Well, maybe that'd explain the probing, wouldn't it there? We might be a museum. Well, that could be as well. I do think somebody made a point, and it's one of those ones that I feel it's either 100% true or it's 0% true, which is quite rare. But it was the life is actually quite diverse here. Like, you know, if you look at all the other planets in our solar system, you know, because of our atmosphere, because of weather, we have such a range of different experiences no matter where you are anywhere on the globe. All the other planets, you've got a hot one, you've got a freezing cold one, you've got a sandy one, you've got an icy one. You know, they're all individual different worlds. And somebody, you know, they'd said, well, maybe, you know, we are kind of the zoo. We are the ones that are just all over, a little bit of everything there. Now, apparently they can trace genetically all of the evolution. There you go, little one coming across the screen. Keep your eyes on this. Back to, you know, common ancestors. But is that a common ancestor for Earth, or maybe just in general in the universe there? And maybe that's why, because we are unique in that sense. I don't know if we would be, but if we are, it's keeping a very straight line across the screen there. Just tracking away. We need to see it do something strange, guys. Stop dead, shoot off at speed, change course, trajectory, anything like that. Keep your eyes on it. I have to come out a bit now, so I get my mouse back. Like a national park to them, yeah. What was one of the whistleblowers that we read the thing on one of the deep dives, spoke about they used to get a particular type of UFO they'd end up recovering, but they don't get it anymore. But it was like a tour bus, big windows, lots of seats. Maybe there. I've tried calling them and it works, and there's a part of our brain that can communicate with them. So I've heard stuff around CE5 and those sorts of practices. Consciousness and a connection there is coming in a lot lately. It's an area I don't have a lot of experience in, but we are hearing a hell of a lot in that direction. And if we can communicate with them, it would imply, wouldn't it, if there is some sort of mechanism like that, it would imply a connection in lineage there. There's got to be some similarity there for there to be an element of compatibility on these sorts of things there. Almost meditation. Now, it does sound like the CE5 stuff. Some like it, others do not. Then some reptilians prefer human flesh. Jupiter is looking big and bright above my head. It is a big, bright one, isn't it, there? Not ET, so not extraterrestrial. Maybe extratemporal. Maybe extra-dimensional there. Or ultra-terrestrial is one of them there, which could be, a pre-civilization, maybe in early humans. Or maybe a pre-intelligent human civilization from Earth that maybe buggered off or went underground and has come back or come to the surface. There are lots of versions of it. It's no longer the days, is it, of necessarily just little green men in big metal spaceships flying around from other planets there. M42 Orion Nebula is super bright tonight. I don't think it's in the direction for us tonight. I think it's gone round now for us, sadly. I think it's over the town. Nasha there. How would you explain an Easter egg to hunt to an alien? They say something like, if you could speak to a lion... God, sorry, I just catch him up. If you could speak to a lion, you'd realise you'd have nothing to say, because it's not just understanding what the word means, is it? It's about your experience in the world, how you view things. So, oh my God, it'd be so complicated. Right, there was a guy with a beard a long time ago, went into a cave, came out of a cave a couple of days later. Now we eat chocolate to remember him by. That's the starting point. And then the chocolate that the kids want, we hide that chocolate from them and make them work for it. Harker there. And Marcus, thank you for the gifts, guys. How are you both doing tonight? Positive, yeah, it could be. And Pink Floyd, you can just get into your messages now there. How are you doing there? And David is a physicist and a famous rocket engineer, and his YouTube videos are also... I don't know him. Is he, being a physicist, is he interested in the UFO subject, or is he hard-nosed science, like, nah, there? And if people don't believe they're in for a shock, I think you're right. I think there will be, and depending on how much their worldview doesn't allow for it, will be how much of a shock that there is there. Ugly Git, how are you doing? Thank you for the gifts. I hope you've been well, but how are you? Good to see you there. Because if there is no room in their worldview for their other life to even possibly exist there, then they're going to be very, very shocked. It's going to be quite a dark day for them there. But if it's like possible, but, I haven't seen it, then that's much easier on the old psyche there. Talking of ice, that's where they are safe. What they do say, liquid water is a nice, consistent environment. If you are travelling across the galaxy, there, at all the different temperature ranges, pressure ranges, radiation, all of the different variables out there in space and all those worlds, liquid water is a relatively consistent medium there. So that might be your safest bet to hop to for, we're thinking somewhere we can come up for air, but the aliens might be, where can we just hide in water? And maybe they can't talk to us because they have buttholes instead of mouths. They're always on the pressing subject there, Rosetta. Well, was it in one of the deep dives that we did, and it was the molecular biologist that claims to have worked with the alien biologics there, the genetics and things. Don't know how true it was, but it did make a lot of sense, and it did seem to hold up what they were talking about in various things, which is that basically they don't have buttholes. They sweat it all through their skin. It all comes out there. Book a week off work and let's go skinwalker hunting. I would last 10 seconds. I'd love to, actually. That and Polly, a zoo. But I do think we're a school. So there's like, because we do hear, don't we? Like, I mean, especially in the religious stuff as well, talks about souls and, we're learning, and that, potential reincarnation is that, we're trying to learn and develop there. My question is, what are we learning for? What's the overall thing? And we might not even be able to conceive of what that may be, but there would have to be a purpose to it. That's what I want to know. What's the structure that it all sits within there? And we are definitely not alone in the universe. I think just statistically it's got to be the case. And then you look at the fact that there is actually quite a lot of evidence that does point in that direction there. Ben.
Nom nom nom, thanks guys.
Thank you for feeding Alan. Where are we? Over on the tubes there. Big up from the Highlands of Scotland. There's enough activity up here tonight in the sky. I've seen a bright light fade to dark heading south. Oh, excellent there, Terry. What is it? You up in Scotland, guys? It's so active for you guys. And, you are all very curious about it. So welcome aboard there. Plenty of satellites. There are lots of satellites in the sky. We do have to help filter them out. But you're right. They are there. I saw a flying saucer once there. Paul, I'd love to hear about that one there. And earlier on, just after sunset, there was a massive light in the sky looking northeast. Oh, interesting. What sort of colours was it and stuff like that there? And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you, Raf, for the rhyme there. And Jason as well there. Why is it when you look outside, you see a blue and green light in the sky sometimes? Is that UFOs? Or what is it? That's a good question. So blue light, I don't know. Not to the naked eye. I don't know. Green lights, sometimes you can get flashes, certain meteorites when they burn up. Depending on what they're made up of, they can flare green. Certain satellites as well. Oh, we got a flasher in the atmosphere. They can look around here, guys. There was two. We got that one there, one around here. Look, you can just see it moving. Look, flashing in, flashing out. We'll do a demonstration of what's going on there. Let's keep an eye on that. That's a slow mover, though. Keep an eye on that one. But yeah, not so much a blue one, though. But very interesting there. And Gareth, much better field of view on the tubes there. Thank you. Yeah, guys, if you do want to join them over there, it gets horizontal, you see much more of the sky, and it's the right way up there at the thing, a UFO for those. Plus TikTok throws us off and throws a sulk every now and again, so it is worth keeping us up there. Look at that one, keep going. Oh shit, it's about here, I think. Yeah, there it is. So what is happening there, guys? Let's get my model. That's why I printed it. So if something is rotating in orbit up there, right? Watch this. So see how it gets flashed? It flashes. Right, the big side reflects the light back down to us. Then it rotates. It's darker, less reflective, less light. Flash, big reflective side. Whoa. And so that is what's happening. So it's rotating up there like that in a consistent pattern. It's coming off the screen now. Where's it gone? I think it's around there. Now, the interesting, satellites can do that. Anything up there doesn't have to be just ET and his flying saucer, but satellites can do that. But if they are doing that, it normally means they're buggered and they're not doing their job, because satellites are designed to point down if they're Earth-based, like a communication or a spy satellite, or up if they're sort of scientific. Their instruments point in one direction. So if it's rotating quite dramatically like that, then that is something interesting. Where are we? Over in the chat. I need to catch up there. Ben, thank you for the heart there. Where are we in the chat? God, where are we? No, we're not cute to them. It's not our planet to destroy. We share it. Well, that is partly true, isn't it? That we do share. Are we originally from here, though? Or are we aliens? They're space bees flying up there. Forgot about those. And Ian, I don't think you should brag about a sighting. Too much dangerous people monitor us. I definitely think there is, but I also think that that's the way we get through it. Like, I think the reason we're hearing more now from the official channels and they're being allowed to come out is because we are just so connected. Like, we are all here tonight, right now, looking live, sharing the experiences, sharing our experiences and all that sort of stuff. They just can't shut it all up now. If they were to shut it up, then there would be too many other issues in the economy. Good ideas get get strangled, as well as the things they don't want you to talk about. So I think the fact the more connected we are, the more we communicate, the less they can keep it a secret. But yeah, there is a risk for certain things, isn't there? C5, that's the one. Yeah, that's we do want to try doing that. I need to sort the mirror out. Can you see the mirror up there? That is actually a gift from one of our subscribers. So the camera is reversed, and I like it reversed because when I'm pointing to what's going on the screen, I don't have to adjust it. It's as I see it. But that is actually a gift from Simon, one of our viewers there. He made it with Alan on it. Ben. Extra testicle. Oh, Alan. I'm not going to look at Alan the same way there. And Nasha, how do I join the Discord? Good idea. Good question, sorry. In the top of our TikTok bio, or YouTube bio, depending where you are, there is a little link section there. There's a button. It says, it will link you to the Discord. So if you've already got the Discord app and an account there, it'll open it up. And, do you want to join this group there? You're all welcome to join us over there. There's a really cool, interesting things section where all of you guys are posting general UFO space-related articles, podcasts, things like that. There's the personal experiences section where you guys are posting images and videos of what you've seen and heard there. And that way, anybody can check them out in the community, or you can just read through them there. But we also do an alien movie club. So at the end of every month there, we vote for a film. We've already voted for this month. It's going to be Paul. And then what we do is we press play at 10 p.m. on the last Friday of the month there and just watch along. And yeah, we have a little bit of a chat in the Discord there, so it's going to be Paul. You're welcome to join us for that one as well. If you could speak to a lion, you'd have nothing to say because you'd be yawning too much. I don't think I'd be yawning in a lion enclosure, Rosetta. I'm old. Once that's it, now I've started yawning, it's going to get me. I was saying to Kate the other day, actually, it's me asserting my dominance over the stream. If I yawn, then I know that at least 40 other people are going to be yawning as well. I get to, flex my elements of control there. Oh, we got another moving one. Let's have a look there.
Zoom mode activated.
There we go. All right, there we go. Again, nice and consistent movement there. Look at that one. Right, let's keep your eyes on it there. Let me get back to the chat. Where's my mouse hiding? Where is it? Oh, it's jumping on me. Let's go on. There's a few messages behind. Where are we? Heather there, thank you for the hearts. Well, it's very kind. It goes back into the stream. God, I'm a few messages behind. There we go. Underground and in ice, away from humans, I think there. About if you were them, you would come down to Earth. I think we're interested in all range of things there, so I think that they'd be interesting and curious. But they are the remote places, and maybe they have bases there. And Marcus, oh, you've been better. What's up, man? What's up? Let us know. There, it's a safe space here, and don't start with the Jeebus. You start with. That was a slow one, was it? God, I'm so far behind there. David R is a big believer in UAP. Is he really? And he's an engineer. I do enjoy that because a lot of the mainstream scientific community are just very cynical, which I always find to be quite unscientific of them. Is it true that a moon is just a giant white Oreo? That is the rumour. Rumour has it. You found a Space Bee gift there. Alan appreciates that. Ian there, telepathy. More advanced than us. We are destructive there. I think we are destructive. I definitely think we are. But I don't think that is unique to us at all. I think we're just self-aware of it. So we judge ourselves. I think rightly so. It's something we need to be conscious of there. But I mean, you look at the majority of the animal kingdom, they're all the same there. But we're destructive and we're aggressive for a reason. It's evolution has programmed us to be, and we're still kind of trying to readjust to that. But on individual levels, we are getting less destructive there. But would aliens be any different? Have they advanced so far along the journey that they are now no longer? There's a good argument for that they could be, much more, friendlier, because that's how you advance, is where you get to. But if that is the case, would they look back to us and go, well, they're just not as advanced? Would they be as judgmental with it there? Artemis 2 live stream is now starting. Oh, you have to keep us updated there, Harco. Copper chloride burns blue. Oh, does it really? Is that... come in meteors? And they're all B3. Oh, I missed it. There's like a battleship. Good spot in that. Oh, I lost no. Oh my God, Marcus there. Oh my God. Yeah, no, man, that's understandable. That is understandable. It is such a big, because it doesn't get talked about at all. You get a few people with the token talking about it now, man, but yeah, no, most people don't. That is awful, man. Oh, I feel for you there. And you could have used a plate for that, and it decided to 3D print it. Yeah, I've got to make the use of it. How you doing, Heather? Good to see you there as well. No kilts or Allens were harmed during the live. You speak for yourself there. Can all haggis eaters please line up? There's a few in tonight there. And so I just ran it, only place to... Hey, don't you have to apologise, Marcus. Again, it was community. That's the ups and the downs, man. So you're more than welcome here. And sometimes it's like that, isn't it? Which is a shame. Look, honestly, it's a horrible time. Nothing changes that. But you're more than welcome to rant about it here. I'll say Dom Dude. What's a Dom Dude? I can get on board with a... Oh, that's what yeah. It's my subtle of asserting dominance. Marking my territory. Get on board with asserting dominance through sleepiness. That's a good way of doing it. Double dots D2 aside. Oh, that is there. Should we zoom in on it? That little cluster? Oh, bloody thing's not working now. Loving stickers there, Agent X. Oh, that's why we've got our little club, isn't it? Definitely an awesome group. But not for venomous spiders, Agent X. Hell no. You think they would? I think they would be interested, because we're interested in a range of different species. You know, like we will study ants. We will study things that are less advanced than us, more aggressive than us, dangerous. You know, we're curious, aren't we? And we even study ourselves. We will study those tribes. We will study our own communities. You know, even in the same civilization. So I think there'd always be a curiosity there. 100% second what Kate says there. Inboxes are always open. And Elise is there. Is it Elise? My eyes going there. Month before. Do you think aliens think we are aliens? Well, to them, technically, we would be, wouldn't we? To them, we are the aliens. I mean, if we knew of a planet with life on there and we sent a mission, even if it was just on a remote automated probe or something like that, can you imagine the fascination of just looking down on their world, seeing what we can understand, what we can analyze? And we're on the cusp of that now. We are at the point where we are detecting what looks like gases in the atmospheres of these distant planets that are orbiting all these distant stars out there. And it looks like in those atmospheres there are gases that, as far as we know, only life can make. Oh, we got a flasher, guys, top of the screen. Yeah, that only life can make. It's starting to look like life is absolutely abundant, but trying to imagine what all of the variations look like would be, it's fascinating, but also a never-ending story there. It's a brilliant question. 3D printing of Groot for your Star-Lord cosplay. Who's Groot? Oh, is it the tree thing? 3D print a chair for Alan. You know what, Ben? That's not a bad shout, because after we saw the Bob Lazar film last night, we actually see the chairs of the spaceship. They look weird. I think we need to print one of those little chairs from the sports model there for Alan. And John there, thank you for the shares, guys. Do appreciate that. It is all of the shares and the likes that helps us meet more and more like-minded people like yourselves there. And the more eyes and minds we can get on the phenomena, the more we can all piece this puzzle together there. I always think that there are some questions, I think, like that. And, like, are we in a black hole? Is our universe in a black hole? Things like that I've since a child I thought of. And we still haven't got the answers to there. And Lee, sorry, I'm in Gran Canaria at the minute there. How's everyone? Oh, good to see. I hope you have a fantastic time. Very jealous of the heat there. Keep an eye to the skies there. Freezing. Is he the tree thing? Funky baby dancing tree. Yeah, here we go. It's the tree one. There. Where are we over here? Oh, Gareth. Oh, you're Pink Floyd on TikTok. There we go. I'll try and remember that one over this one. And is Independence Day based on a real thing that happened there, Jason? So specifically, I don't think so. That one. I think that's more of the what do you call it, like the thought experiment of well, what would happen if a technologically advanced and aggressive civilization, wanted something that we've got? And film has always been exploring these sorts of things, which I think is where its value comes in. A lot of thought experiments seeing what may or may not happen, but maybe there are elements from within it, like the aliens at Area 51 and all of that sort of stuff might be seeded through film there. So he shits himself next to a carrier bag, let alone a fucking lion. Hold on, Raph, I've just found the button for the tracker. I'm going to bring that back up now. But TikTok crashed on your Ben. Well, at least you found over there. Coming over to the dark side. Where are we over on the tube? The TikToks there. But that's what's to come, Polly. Yeah. I mean, it's possible. I mean, some people do think very strongly that the aliens are our benevolent space brothers. And they mean us no harm, and they're more advanced than us, and therefore are going to be less aggressive, and they kind of only want what's best for us. Other people think that, they're all bastards, and look, if we look back to our own history, whenever a more advanced civilization comes into contact with a lesser, one will lose the battle, basically. There, which I don't think is strictly true. There are plenty of untouched civilizations here, little group colonies of people that we don't interfere with, we choose not to, because they're quite far detached from us there. But I think the truth is going to be, don't know the answer there, but we can go back to some first principles, which is, if you look at our development, why are we the way we are? And would aliens have shared that experience to form them? Which is quite possible, if not probable. Now, there is a good argument that if you are going to become technologically advanced, if you're going to have the technology to traverse these distances, that would involve harnessing tremendous amounts of power, potentially bending space and time to do it in a reasonable time frame. If you have that technology, maybe you do have to be a little bit more unified and homogenized as a species to know that other people aren't going to use that technology to screw things up. So maybe they are more advanced in that sense, but also their interests might not be our interests. And some people have also floated the idea that maybe we are being harvested. It's been mentioned that humans are like containers for souls and things like that. So maybe it's something along those lines, and that's why they haven't invaded yet. And what if we make contact with an alien race and they're really boring, or they're racist? I would laugh if they got all of our early television, like in the beginning of Contact when they're seeing, they're picking up the signals of Hitler at the Olympics. If they got those signals and went, that Earth, that's a bit of me, that is. Let's go see them. I think we'd be in a bit of trouble, wouldn't we? There. How did I know that was Raph? That Rosetta, I mean, Raph has a way with words, an elegance with the pen that many don't share. I was on Discord and I never saw Bob Lazar. I thought you all left. You were in the movie club tab, we were chatting. We don't play it on Discord, we just chat along. I think they're already here. However, there is a lot of evidence that would point to that. Like a lot of evidence to point to that. So I am leaning very heavily. I mean, in the 90s, maybe the 80%, but probably more like the 90% that they are probably already here in some form. What if we make first contact and it turns out they are like Coldplay? I mean, there's worse, but not by much. Okay. We're here for more of your Coldplay album. In fact, Ledger, you can take them. There they are. Oh, and you've bounced back now. What's all the cluster in D2? That is a good question. I don't know. But there's a little bit of movement through it, isn't there? Hold on, let's zoom in on this one. There we go. Look, we're still getting movement this late on into the night. Oh, no, it'll come out for you guys in a second. There you go. Just chugging away, doing its little space thing. Now, remember, that is going to be reflected light from the sun. So, all of those things that we saw earlier on in the night, all of those objects moving around up there, they were reflecting that sun's light back to us. They're still up there. They're in the orbits. They're coming over the same bits again and again and again. They're still there. We just can't see them because they're not catching the sun's light. Why can we see that one? Where's that one getting its light from? Is it just that far out? They go, actually, look, there you go, answers it for us now. It's fading out. That's the Earth shadow for however far out that is. That's where the line of the Earth shadow is for it. Very interesting to see it in action there. But what if the ones that have allegedly been documented here are just clone scouting drones? Well, this could be a thing. There was a rumor, wasn't there, going around of like, oh, 2027, you know, they're gonna tell us that there's a mothership on the way and it's gonna be, you know, here to take us over and all this sort of stuff like that. And I didn't believe that, mainly because, look, if we're talking about them being here, they've got to have faster than light travel. They've got to have warp drivers or something like that, just from a practicality sense. And if they have that technology, it does not matter the size of the ship there. Why would we be waiting so long for the mothership to arrive? It would just be here by now. Is my theory on this thing. This slow travel thing, I think it probably isn't likely. With it there. But so what would the delay be? Because you've got to look, you know, I think it's pointed out, another shooting star there, that, you know, look, this phenomena seems to have been going on for a very, very long time. So if they were planning to invade or do something nasty, they would have done it by now, which I think is a very, very good point. But maybe if they are harvesting us, if we are a zoo, a prison planet, a farm, or whatever it might be, in that sense, then that sort of hands-off approach, like a farmer keeping an eye on his cows, only comes in and takes the odd one, you know, that might be an answer for what's going on there. Yeah, our own pros. We're all in it together. They won't let the crazies ruin it for everyone. There. Oh, your eyes are off there. And OG there, maybe they see us as tribes with arrows. They could, well, probably would. I mean, maybe that's the sort of separation of technology that we're talking about and culture. You know, maybe when we look at the uncontacted tribes there, you know, that and how we look to them as more simpler. You know, what do they think of our planes flying over? Maybe that's how they view us. You know, that distance there. And what's your thoughts about what's been said about never going to the moon? It's a good one, Lee. I lean at the minute towards, you know, we did go to the moon and we are on our way there now. But there are interesting questions to be had around it there. And OG there, thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? And what if they are like my Uncle Mike and just want to talk about the lack of streetlights on the A14? That is quite a legitimate subject, though. I think your Uncle Mike is well on. He knows his priorities there. And ocean dwellers. Well, oceans we mentioned earlier. You know, that is a uniform environment. If you're traveling all of these vast distances with different planets, different pressures, different radiation levels, different temperatures, everything you can imagine, different gases, different acidities, liquid water is a consistent one. So it makes sense that you know, the oceans not only are unoccupied, away from prying eyes, really, but they are a consistent environment for interstellar visitors, and lots of activity apparently going on in those oceans there. Would Artemis be visible? I don't think so. I think it'd be too hard for us because it's quite far away, but I don't know exactly. It'd be nice if it was there. V coming in with the stickers. Ah, Tommy, how are you doing there? I've been on my Agent X phone all night, but I'm here now. Knew it. I knew it was true. Veto, how are you doing? Good to see you there. I've just watched The Martian. Wow, what a film. That is amazing. Have you the writer of that as well has just got his new one out, isn't it? The Project Hail Mary. He's the same writer for that, and I'm looking forward to that one very, very much. Martian was brilliant there. And what if they make their tea with a mug in microwave water? That's something that even I can't get over that. Hollywood, have you think that that's true? What, the microwave water? There were a few flaws with The Martian, though. It's very good, but there was a few flaws with it, wasn't there? I can't help it. I type what I think, and I don't have a line. I think it was funny the other day that I read out one of Raf's typical welcome hello messages, and then I got a hate speech violation on TikTok. It's Raf, it's not me. And Big Bear there. Watched Project Hail Mary last night. It's a great film. I need to pull my finger out and I need to go to the cinema. In fact, I'm going to look to see if it's on. Do we have a cinema in the next town over? I'm going to have to check. Maybe I'll have to stop doing work tomorrow and go to the cinema to see it there. Oh, that they're American. Oh, yes, they would, yeah. Everything from the American point of view there. And a Dutch saying, near de maan, literally translates as to the moon. It means a broken down and unrepairable. Now, that is interesting, because lots of cultures talk about the moon being weird in a number of ways. And apparently they're doing a Martian 2. Have you... No? I didn't even know he wrote a Martian 2. I mean, I'd see it there. Defo watching the cinema. Oh, I've got to get my finger out and see it there. There is, you're right. But there might be one in there's a grotty town just up the road. I think there's a cinema there. I have to check that one out. But they're so expensive and there's effort. But I do want to see that film there. Too much red wine. So a good night from me. Oh, night, Lee. We'll literally be coming off now. So I was going to come off half an hour ago. But you guys keep me talking. I was having fun. And 40 is so bad. Well, you're not missing much. We're mostly quietened down now, but there's still been movement. Very, very surprised there tonight how busy it has been. There, I'm starting to feel a bit like last summer. We did say April. Project Hail Mary is written by the same person. I heard, yeah. What is his name? I can't remember, but I like the fact Project Hail Mary, they talk about, I think they're visiting one of the stars that we do our Radio SETI hunts, we point our dish to. So it's always cool when it touches on the places that we know about there. Probably Kate, but I'm claiming it as a victory. Kate. I suppose still is very much early April. We watched the Alien interviews last night since I missed the S4. We did a review of some of those Alien interview footage on one of the deep dives recently. It was pretty interesting there. The trailers do look awesome. There was an interview about it. I need to check that one out. We watched the Bob Lazar S4 film last night, and that was very, very good. Guy Tragedy Man gets a more proof. Oh, I like those films. I was disappointed though with the Bob Lazar one, and I mentioned it last night when I was watching it, but this is my take. We'll go into more detail on it later, but the way they've designed the S4 facility is wrong. There's no way, I could be wrong on it, but I'm very confident that it is structurally not viable, which therefore raises questions around the rest of it. I need to have those questions answered. They designed the roofs wrong. It's not structurally sound. The guy tries to do... Oh, no, I've done that one. So, yeah, I've got questions. I'm watching Contact now. Contact is a classic there. How do you mean? So, haha, you're going to get me into my geek now. I know a lot of bunkers. I know a lot of buildings are underground of various different countries. So those hangars, very interesting fact. If you look to the ceilings on those hangars, they the support structures for the roofs would not support anywhere near that weight. So they're totally redundant because they wouldn't support enough of the weight, so they didn't need to be there. But then they do need stronger supports, and it was also a flat roof. When you're drilling into solid rock, you arch it and then the rock can support its own weight, so it's a very dramatic cathedral arch, or you have to have supporting structures for it. The way that they designed the roof in that was like a normal warehouse roof, which is low weight over large area, which is a sort of mistake that somebody would make if they don't understand the structures of underground building and the weight distribution. So it could be wrong, but I very much doubt. I've never seen anything, especially a sizable underground space like that, that's got no support like that, just a square. Because you think of it, those hangars, big concrete boxes, like a big concrete letterbox sort of shape, that's a lot of rock above that. That's a lot of weight. Even just the ceiling layer of concrete would be a lot of weight. So it would need support structures for that, and there was nothing in the design that would give it support. Even the partition walls between the hangar bays wouldn't be strong enough over those spans. So it raises questions like that, like if that was meant to be accurate, if that was his memory, and also why would you put warehouse roofing in there, which it's just totally not right. You know, there's little things like that, and maybe there's something that isn't in shot or something like that, so it's not 100%, but I have never in my life, like when they build literal underground hangars for aircraft, again, they're vaulted ceilings, they work with the rock and the structure and the shape of the rock to support the weights, then they don't have to put in a big concrete pillar in the middle of the floor to do that. But if you're doing it flat, you need to have the concrete pillars or big structural supports. So that is one of the questions. There was something else with it as well, which kind of made me go, but it's the sort of thing. It's like we complain. We're talking about when like the mainstream Egyptologists talking about Egypt, and then, you know, like a civil engineer comes in and goes, you're telling me slaves built that? Well, I'm a civil engineer and I know how things are made, and there's no way your copper chisels can shoot that. And we go, that sounds interesting. I think in this case, you know, like they've got the science right, maybe they've got the craft right, but if they're not designing the facility right, there's some questions there. Tau Ceti, yes, so Carl, Tau Ceti was one, wasn't it, that we had in, so that's the Project Hail Mary one, isn't it? And it's one that we were listening to. And apparently we have had potential SETI signals from Tau Ceti as well. You can answer the question. Oh, answer away there. The answer is might be made up, but I can answer that. Oh, I mean, it may be that it does point to it there. I mean, the problem is the rest of his story I'm really on board with. I think it's really, 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 really credible. But if that bit's wrong, it did raise questions. But again, there may be something that I don't know. In that, there may be something. I just can't see where it would be. But you've always got to leave a few percent there. Project Hail Mary is, Usenet there, where you're so Laura. But when I was younger, Tommy, I used to be all into that. Now I wouldn't even know which way to go for that there. But as a physicist, wouldn't he understand that? Well, you would have thought that, wouldn't you? But if he designed it, there's no way that can support that size span. There's just no way without it being arched. So unless it was arched and then they had the other layer below, but then why would you do it? I've never seen it. So it really, it doesn't make sense to me. Oh, phone's about to die there. Like, I'll catch you later, Polly. Thank you for joining us. Oh, flashing D4. A bit late there. So, the thing you're asking about... the Bob Lazar film. So, they've recently worked with Bob Lazar, haven't they, to model the spacecraft and S4, where he claims to have worked at Area 51 there. They modelled it in a video game engine, so maybe a high detailed render. So, for the first time, you can see what Bob saw there. And then there was questions... Kate is in. She's literally talking just there. There. And an underground hangar with two bridges as a roof there that could be lifted to open and can bear a load there. Well, so the way that they did the S4 one, or in the design here, so the roof didn't. That's the thing. So you can have a bridge, but you'd have to have the counterweight. You know, it'd have to be structured to support that. Whereas with these ones, were like a slit in the side, and it's just like a letterbox sort of going into the mountainside there. But you'd have to support that. It's a lot of a big flat area to support the weight there. They did Unreal Area 51. They did. But I mean, there may have been something out of shot. There might have been like an arched above it, but they just had a lower layer of lighting and air vents and other structure for some reason. Again, I don't know why they'd do that, because it'd be redundant, but maybe there is structure there that we can't see. But it did raise questions for me. I've never seen a structure underground built like that there. I need to watch it. It's on Prime. £7, but it is on Prime there. Aliens have ragdoll physics there. Well, this was the Americans meant to be building it there. Yeah, exactly. But other than that, it was like actually seeing the craft and how he talks about it. Oh, that was all really good. It was really interesting. But I have got that one question, which could be answered. Maybe there is somebody that is actually qualified as a structure engineer, but I've never seen that like that there. Stay in the spare bedroom. He'd be fighting Raph for that. And maybe it was something else before it houses alien craft. So possibly, I think, is it Dan Burrish, the other S4 whistleblower? He said that initially it was built as a bio weapons research, which would make sense where it is. But you'd still have to span, you still have to support that weight. Whatever it was, you'd still have to support that weight. So it'd either need to be, yes, it'd need to be physical supports, which I can't get around it. But this is the thing, you know, without being there are ways, you know, I can't say 100%, but it did raise an eye for me for that. What's QOP? What's Q? It's showing my age now. What is that? Do you think skinwalkers are aliens? Good questions. I don't know enough about skinwalkers there. It does strike me that there is a lot of things in folklore that when you break it down to its bare bones and not what the human's best assessment of the situation is, it does make you think, are you all trying to describe the same phenomena here for that one? So, it depends how literal. Anyway, guys, I have got to come off. It's gone midnight there. It could be, I mean, there could be many things going on there, so you're right there. But yeah, I'm going to have to come off tonight for that one. Where are we? Over, quickly finish up with the tubers there. And just now, you should do a live from outside Area 51. I would love to. We did have somebody on the chat once that was outside Area 51 whilst in our chat. It's too cold outside. It's much cozier watching indoors. I've got to go put the camera away now there. But anyway, guys, thank you so much, as always, there for joining us. You're awesome. And we will see you tomorrow. It should be another clear night, another clear Skywatchy night tomorrow. So yeah, make sure you follow in there, get those notifications when we go live. And hopefully, yeah, we'll see you tomorrow for some more action around 9:30ish probably there. It'd be super easy and I'd be super good at it, definitely. Why do I feel like you're setting me up for failure there, Rosetta? There. The USA will never release UFO files. It goes above the president. Well, that's a possible part of it. There. You're trying to keep me on. I know your game's there, tell me. But anyway, guys, thank you again. Appreciate you all. We'll see you all tomorrow at night there. Bye-bye.